Nothing on this show is authorized by the Food and Drug Administration, and nothing said here is intended to treat, cure, prevent, or diagnose any disease. Contact your physician before starting a diet or exercise regimen, including supplementation. This is not medical advice and is for entertainment purposes only.
All right, we're back here on the Suppworks podcast. Unfortunately, Joey couldn't make it to this show today. He was on the way here, and he kind of had an emergency, a family emergency. And it's Friday, the week before Supply Side West. We're all packed up, going to go to Vegas this weekend. And we were graced with having the pleasure company here of Mr. Shane Smith from Stacked, the website, the news website. Would you call it a news? What do you refer it as?
I just say news website.
News website?
Yeah, news company, news website.
So for anyone who's in the supplement business, who either owns a brand or is a fan of nutrition, functional foods, beverages, things like that, Stacked for probably the past 20 years or so has been the de facto sort of source of news where people come and get their information and news breaks. There's other sort of news or informational sort of social media and websites out there that we all know and love, but Stacked, you've been around for a while, and I've always personally been curious about the story. I don't know if you've said it on other podcasts or not. I'm sure you have several times.
Yeah, I've said it before, but I enjoy saying it over and over again. Yeah. So I like it. I guess I think it's a normal story, but other people are quite fascinated by it. So
one thing that's fascinating is you're from New Zealand, right?
Yep.
So did it start with New Zealand functional foods and products? So in the South Asian Sea area?
Interestingly, I was basically there was a supplement distributor. I used to swim competitively, and there was a guy who had a poster there, was come buy 20% off protein powder. And so I went over there, and he was running a distributor, and at the time I was in school or college for graphic design. And they said the best way to get experience is do it for free. So I made the distributor website. And he said to me originally, he was like, hey, instead of making a website for this company, how about you make it for me? Because I'm doing something separate. So I made a website for him. And he basically just said, hey, I'll wholesale you a protein powder, you sell it to your friends at so-and-so price. That was kind of what we started doing. And then I started sort of doing it as set up an actual online store, because at the time I was exploring work, just trying to see what it was. So I made a store.
Was it built on WordPress?
No, so this was again, you're talking 2009, 2008. It was built on PayPal's payment system.
Oh, really?
Because I was doing things on the cheap. I didn't have a lot of money, and so yeah, I was run off PayPal's basically buy on click buttons that you could assign to certain figures. Mm-hmm. And
did you do the original code for the design on that?
So I did all the code. You might remember this was done in Flash.
Yeah. So back in the day,
we're going back quite a way.
Well, even then, that's a lot of work.
Yeah, so I was just fascinated by doing an online store in Flash. Obviously 4 years later, it was completely dead, but it was fun at the time. And then I eventually evolved into, I can't remember the name of the back end, but it was a more substantial database type thing. Mm-hmm. And I was just hey, looking at what would be cool to add to a store, outside of a list in the product, you're not doing anything other than fulfilling orders. And I said, make a blog. So I made a blog for the store. And then every time a new product, we only sold 8 brands. Eventually, I think it was 15, but we put updates on new products that were coming from these brands to the store. Then I started sharing it on just products that were launching for these brands everywhere, mostly in America. And then I can't remember what day it was. It was at college, and I just sat there and I was I wonder how many people are going to this site, because it was on Blogger, was how I would blog Spot back then. Mm-hmm. Google's free one. And so I kind of clicked through and saw, I was holy shit,
the metrics are good.
I'm getting some pretty good, I think it was maybe 100 a day, which I thought was fascinating for me at the time. And I was this is cool. And then there was and I checked back later that week and I saw the geography tab. Mm-hmm. No one from New Zealand was going to the blog.
Wow.
No one. So I was oh shit, I've got a problem here. I'm selling exclusively in this country.
Yeah.
This isn't connecting. So I split the two. I made the logo that night, came up with the name, bought the domain, and turned it into essentially Stacked. It was I wanted the E, but it was taken by some chef or some restaurant or something. I can't remember the name.
Yeah.
And so I basically just switched it that night. It took me like 2 hours. The original logo was shit, and then I changed it to Eastern time zone, changed the language and spelling to American. So, Z's and O's and R's. And I kind of just sat there to do it once a day. So I'd do one story a day, give or take, after college. If I was going to be busy, I would do 3 and then just spread it across the 3 days. And then I started doing more brands in the store. And then I kind of stepped away from any Australia and New Zealand brand, was really focusing on just the US market. And kind of as much as it is, that's back then, you really only had 20 big brands. And I would get magazines, I would follow webcasts, and anytime they would MuscleTech would sponsor an ad spot, I would screenshot that and be like, holy shit, this is coming in 3 months. And I'd put it on the site. And I would scope out bodybuilding.com's new product section. They'd be coming soon in a month. I'd cool, let's share that one. That was literally what I did for the first 2 or 3 years. And
was this a full-time thing, or?
No, I was just doing, like I said, after college, sometimes during class.
Yeah.
I would just, this is cool.
Yeah.
And I would.
Did you have a genuine interest in these type of products?
So I was buying all this stuff, and again, it changed to Stacked in maybe 2011. I think it was 11, maybe 10. I'll say 11. And I probably didn't get paid until, for any situation, until 13 or 14, I think. Yeah, I would say somewhere around there. And that was just someone who reached out. It was actually, and this is a very interesting fact. So Mutant wanted to share, can you put it, because I had AdSense ads on there, which was 2 cents a week or some shit. It wasn't great.
Yeah.
And they slow your website down crazy. And so Mutant reached out and says, hey, can I put a banner there? And I was like, oh, dude, I'm on it. And I just put it up. I didn't charge him. And then someone else saw that and was like, how much is he paying? And I was like, oh, I probably shouldn't say he's paying nothing.
Yeah.
So I said, oh, I can put one above his if you want. He said, how much? And I think I just said 400 a month. And that was the very, very first kind of ad we added. And then from there, someone was, hey, can I get a bigger one than his? And I was like, say 800. And then I think at the time, the biggest one I had then done was 1,600. I just doubling it because that just made sense. I was like, if this is this size, twice as big should be double. And this was before mobile version, desktop version.
Yeah.
And so, that kind of, and then that was 2014, because I went to the Olympia. I paved my way in 2012 or 13. And then I was just doing it for fun. I had part-time jobs and stuff, but yeah.
I think the first time I went to the website, I was working at Cellucor, and you were doing some sort of challenge of proteins or something.
Yeah, so
it was was
it Protein Wars?
I think it was Protein Wars.
Yeah, so
and everyone in the company was trying to get everyone to tell everyone to go and do a vote. And
Cellucor famously won the first Protein Wars and the first Clash of the Cans energy drink contest.
Yeah. That was really smart.
The only reason we did that, and long time people will remember, I did my favorite pre-workout list, did my favorite fat burner list, muscle builder, creatine, and then when I did my favorite protein, Facebook, it was just people say, this is shit. How can you say this? Oh my God, it should be casein and whey. It should be whey isolate. And I was like, okay, clearly I can't say what I prefer, so we'll do a vote. That was the only reason. Because everyone seemed okay with me saying this is the best pre, but everyone had their own path to their favorite protein. That was why I put it to a vote. And literally 2 weeks later, I did Protein Wars. Yeah. Because I was like, okay, let's just hide this top 5 protein. Yeah. And let's do
I bet your web traffic jumped quite a bit.
Back then it was kind of, it was one of, I didn't think of much of it at the time because I was just trying to solve a problem I just had. And I didn't think people would give a shit. Clearly, brands gave a lot, I guess.
Oh, yeah. It was like a company-wide go and vote thing.
So and we've just, first time we didn't give out anything. And then I think it was on 2015, we introduced the glass or crystal trophy. And then 2018 or 19, I had a bit more money, so I make a custom championship ring. And that's like $800 a piece, one of a kind, and you can just, I get to design it, and then they just ship it straight to the winner.
Nice.
So it's, I think that's been going for 10 years now, maybe more. I'm pretty sure it was very early on that I did that.
And you've been running this business for the most part with yourself, or you and your wife, or do you have a team?
Yeah, so me and my wife, and then, no employees. I was always, like, for me, I'd seen other websites, other news blogs and stuff, like in different industries, and I always thought, like, that's way more important than supplements, and they have this many. So I shouldn't need this many. And I was always very capable, and I was always very, like, linking the website to Facebook posting, linking it to Twitter, LinkedIn, and then being able to schedule it a lot. I always found ways to just make it fast. Like, I think most websites I saw for specific industries was sharing 10 to 15 things a day. And supplements, it's like, okay, let's aim for that. So I just do that. And I was capable of doing that. And anything that was a little bit more difficult, if it took some time, I would ask my wife if she wants to help out. She was always very helpful in certain, like, giveaways and advertising management. That was pretty much shit I didn't want to handle.
Yeah.
She could.
Administrative stuff.
Yeah, so she was happy to take on, and then, like, it would only be momentary where I would need bit of help at an event, and then I would just go back to doing it all. So it's never been unmanageable or uncatch-upable, if that's a word.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Has it ever been boring?
No. Someone asked me that the other day. I am as fascinated by everything, if not more so.
Yeah. What's more fascinating, the products or, like, the companies and the people behind them?
The products.
The products?
I would say so.
To me, it's the complete opposite.
Really?
Yeah, like, when I get into the world of it, it's like, wow, every brand has, like, their megalomaniac, you know? Their personality. They've got some head honcho that's in front of it, facing it. But then behind there's a whole team of people working that are pretty good at what they do.
Yeah, maybe I forget.
Yeah. But they're all kind of beautifully messy at the same time. They have their own way of organizing things.
Yeah.
And so, like, in the U.S., we have certain, quality controls and certain regulatory compliance rules and things like that are specific here, but every state and region has different ones and stuff like that. And then you start to learn kind of like what each ones are and how they go about executing on their projects and their product releases. They're all different, right? So, like, it's kind of wild to see, like, how people launch a product and then market a product. And to me, it's like, I don't know. To me, that's the fascinating part. It's kind of like how wildly different they all are.
Yeah, I probably should have said people, but I would say it is product.
Well, you're a products person.
Like, the people are great, and you get to, like, network, and I guess that does help when it's not obviously a new product, and then the individuals like you said, there's always a core person or a different personality or culture in each brand, and that is nice. But then for me, it's like, there'll be brands that I work with, I'll never meet them. I'll never go, like, to the corner of Turkey to meet this, or like Austria or Belgium. And all I get to see and judge them on is the product that they come out with.
Yeah.
So, like, even the bars, I try them in the market. I'll never meet XYZ.
Right.
So, like, for me, it's just, that's how I've always, like, I'm always just fascinated by, like you were saying, but like, how they execute something, how they branded it, what they highlighted, the colors, the flavors, how much they very clearly put effort into this, whether it was, like, it seems like the first run type thing, and then they just went with it. Like, I love seeing different things. And even now, I still say, while a lot of it can look similar, I still think people are as creative now as they were 10 years ago, I would say.
Really?
I would think so.
Yeah, especially in other countries and regions and stuff like that. There's emerging stuff.
It's like other countries is a whole nother, like, because I went to the Olympia first, and then it was like, I think I did 2 Olympias, then the Arnold, and then someone flew me to FIBO, and I remember at the time it was heavily focused on the American market. It must have been 2015, maybe 16. And they flew me over, and I was like, oh, look, they'll pay for me. Anytime anyone pays for me to do anything, I'm like, hey, honor's all mine. I'll do it.
Hell yeah.
And they flew me to Germany, put me up in the hotel, and I didn't think much of it, right? People had said to me FIBO was huge, and I thought, yeah, whatever. Europe can't be that big. And I stepped into there, and I was like, I don't recognize a single thing. This is like, I'm missing something here. Like, this isn't like, if you follow Stacked, you'll understand Europe, like in a trickle-down effect. This is a whole different world. There's a brand that you'll never see in America, you'll never hear of. They won't even translate their labels outside of languages. I thought this was just, like, I'm missing something here. Coming from New Zealand, I thought that I need to, it's like, if I need to be comprehensive. I can't just be showing American stuff and not giving respect to these brands that were bigger than most American brands. And even if you look at them on paper, vastly different regulations, but at the same time, more effort, if not the same, and just the scale to some of these guys, it's insane. And I got caught up, I think, a lot with going to the Olympia and just the spectacle of it all. And it's America, so but then you see that there's these brands that exist that are just for one country, right? Like Olymp in Poland, right? Nutrimuscle in France, ESN in Germany, these guys that won't scrape any other country, but just rip house in their home country, were beyond where anyone almost even can exist. Yeah. And it just fascinated the hell out of me. So
good products too.
Yeah. So like after that, we, it was FIBO, and then I went to FIBO. I went and lived in the UK after my wedding.
Oh, really?
And then we lived there for 6 months.
Did you plan on being like a world traveler? Was that something you wanted to do?
No, hell no. My wife was, I mean, don't ask her, but like I always said notoriously, I didn't need to go anywhere. I'm fine. If someone paid for me to go to Germany, it was, and then coincidentally, my wife wanted to go to Santorini for our honeymoon. I've told this story a few times, and she's okay with it, I guess. But she said Santorini was, it's expensive to go to from New Zealand. It's too far away. So I looked the prices up, and I was like, it's like $6,000, $5,000 to get there, and God knows what the hotel was. And at the same time, her uncle came around and said, like, look, if you go to Europe, just come live at my place, and then you can fly back and forth. So I did the math, and I said, well, if we just don't rent here and then live with him and then use the rental money to fly around, we can go see, I was like, you could go to Santorini, we could also go to Paris, and then we could go to Spain and Rome. We pretty much did, I don't know, 9 different European countries that year. And we just kept flying back to my uncle's house. And I'm forever grateful for him, but like that kind of opened my eyes, because going to FIBO, it's German-centric, but then going to all these other countries, I was just buying up bars and protein.
You're just exposed to the market there.
Yeah.
And that's just like content for you.
So I was like, holy shit, this brand, I'm never going to see them. And again, that I guess was how we started doing a lot more international stuff, was that these brands mean a whole lot to people in the countries they're in, but you'll never see them anywhere else, even with the internet where it brings everything together. And so, it was, and then the next year we lived in Prague for 3 months, 4 months, and then the UK for 3 months, and we lived in America for 3 months, and we were kind of just floating around. And then even when I had my daughter, we did the same kind of thing.
Yeah, that's awesome though. When I see your stories and stuff, I'm like, that's so cool. It's kind of the dream, to be able to.
It was tough on my wife, but it was, thank God for her for like obviously helping raise our daughter and stuff, and but we were just. I think it just benefited me a lot to go to these places, to live in these places, and then like do what you would do here, like go to the gym, buy your groceries, get a snack when you need to, try and find some protein. Like that's what I did every place I went. And I think I probably tried, and someone said this to me the other day, that I probably tried, now I'm not going to say the most, but I think I've probably tried close to the most protein bars and protein snacks than anyone else in the world. And that's only because I've been to about 50 different countries, and every time I go there, I buy 10 to 20 different bars and just eat them. Yeah. Not all of them. I will have a bite, throw it out.
Which one's the best?
Bear Bells, still the best.
Oh, yeah, for sure. They're amazing.
Because I had that in...
Which one's the worst? Probably some obscure bar from some...
There's a lot of bad ones.
There's a lot of bad ones here.
There's a lot of bad ones.
There's a lot of bad ones in the U.S. Yeah.
Bear Bells I ran into in Iceland.
Really?
When I lived to Prague, I lived in Prague. My wife always just wanted to go to Iceland, and it was cheaper for us to fly to Iceland than Prague than from America to Prague. Mm-hmm. So like, yeah, we'll stop there. And I was hungry, went to the supermarket, and by this time, Bear Bells was all over Scandinavia. Mm-hmm. And it was €1 a piece. So I was like, I just assumed it was shit, but I was hungry. So I picked it up, and we just went right back right away. I was like, what the hell is this? Like, where is this from?
They're incredible.
And so they came to America maybe 3 years later. And I was telling everyone, like, this is the best bar.
Yeah.
And they've just sped up innovation a lot recently, but they're still my favorite. We made a top 5 tasting protein bar list because of that thing.
Wow.
And I don't see anyone coming close.
No, their texture, their flavor, it's great.
But the variety as well.
Their variety's great, yeah.
They don't just
They're huge here. I mean, we eat them by the case here at NutriMedia all the time.
It's a dangerous thing to have.
Yeah, they're good. What do you think about, like, the David bar?
It's function first, right?
Yeah.
Like it's...
You've tried it?
Yeah, I've tried.
I've
like
tried
it.
one. It's okay.
I don't mind it. Like Icon did a Wagyu bar a while back, and it was like 20 grams of 25 protein, maybe it was 24 protein and 100 calories. It was just straight piece of beef, driest piece of shit in the world, right? But if you look at, and it was like a clear package, so they weren't hiding that this was just beef. Right? And beef. I was like, okay, you can't complain, right? This is as lean as it gets. And the David bar, I think, tried to find the middle ground between that and a Bear Bells bar. And I think they did a damn good job at it tasting better than most things that you would get. You can't get that close. And 28 protein, 150 calories. Like I think it serves a purpose.
Sure, that's pretty unprecedented.
It's a function first bar.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's not the best, not even close, but...
No, I still probably prefer Bear Bells.
Oh, yeah, I'll trade It's 8 grams less protein, 50 more calories, but...
Eat 2 of them.
Yeah. It's never going to balance out, but it is like... I just thought when that came out, the name, the packaging, I was like, this is weird as fuck, but good on them for, like, separating themselves as far as they can from a protein bar, which I think is... If that was the goal, they nailed it. Like, no one's going to call their bar David. No one's going to put it in a gold wrapper with what I assume was Times New Roman stretched out. But, like... Yeah.
I'm glad that you said that.
What, that
you noticed the font. Because that's the first thing that I noticed. And I was like, what is... Did these try to be Apple? I don't get it. Like, what are they doing?
And it's not even... It's not stock Times. Again, it seems stretched.
Yeah, exactly. They like,
and it doesn't seem like they even like,
which is like a no-no in typography. You know that you don't do that in typography.
Yeah, it's not even like I think they brought it down to Victor and stretched out the necks of them. It looks like they just dragged it, stretched it. It's very. But again, kudos to them.
I noticed the same thing and I hated it immediately. I was like, they fucked up the font.
They needed to make it from one side to the other.
Yes.
And they needed to have the flavor square.
Yeah, but I'm sure they spent $100,000 in some agency, and they throw
I like to think it was one dude who sent it in and it was scented and he's like, look, that's not going to work. We need to stretch it.
Yeah.
It's not going to, no. Then they just stretched it like manually.
Yeah.
I think that was it. If that's not how it is.
It needs to take up more lateral space. Fuck them. I'm just going to. Sometimes what we do is when we send concepts, we'll do like one that we love. We'll do one that's like kind of in between of sort of what we like and a mix between what they like. And then there's like one exactly what they like, and sometimes there's one where we just give them because we know they're going to deny it. It's something to say no to, you know? So elimination is really key when you're trying to whittle down the decision making. Yeah. So we're going to give them one that's an immediate no. And sometimes they love that one. And you're like, God, no. They love it.
It reminds me of college when they're like, we need you to do like 20 concepts. I was like, dude, I just nailed it on the first one.
Exactly.
And then you just go back and be like, fine, I'll put together some shitty ones.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No. You know, yeah. Sometimes you have something really cool. Yeah. And then, but you got to sell it. You know, if you're charging them a certain amount, you got to show them a body of work. So
you can't be talented enough to give them one solution.
Yeah.
They want to know you worked for it.
Some people do that. If you go ever read the Steve Jobs autobiography, when he did the Next brand after Apple.
Yeah, I would think he's a different story. Probably he's probably one of the few people that could do that.
Yeah, he paid $100,000, and the designer said, "I'm going to bring you one logo."
Yeah, I do. I mean,
and either
yeah.
you take it and use it, or you don't. We're not tweaking it. We're not revising it. We're not changing it. I'm bringing you one, and either you use it or you don't.
You say $100,000?
$100,000.
Yeah. To be honest, though, like I would want some flair. I would want something different if I paid $100,000.
Exactly.
You pay that confidence.
And
I like that.
He ended up he ended up using that logo. If you ever go look at the Next logo, Next Computer or whatever it was called, it wasn't great, but
The logo was good.
It was $100,000.
Damn.
Yeah. That's where I want to be. So you started branching out and doing international. You didn't really mean to, but it just kind of happened organically.
Yeah, so like after FIBO, I featured a bunch of German brands, and then that's where I met a bunch of UK brands. And then, as I said, when I lived in the UK, that's when I met. I'm pretty sure that was when I went and visited Applied Nutrition in Liverpool. I ventured around a lot of different brands, would reach out, chat with them, and genuinely, it was very similar to when I started. Like, I would just go meet you just because I'm like, this is cool.
Were they even advertisers at the time?
No, I go meet people. I meet the advertisers, but I would go meet just people. I went to, like, now it's very much I just go around and meet people for the first time that I think are very interesting. Like ESN, I don't do anything at all paid with them, and I went to their headquarters in Hamburg. I paid for my flight, paid for my hotel, and it was a fantastic learning experience. And then, sure enough, people would go and then ask me, and I'd say this, they'd be like, hey, what was it? What were they doing there? I'll tell them. I was like, they had one of the coolest testing innovative facilities, like in their office. They had like a mini bar baker where you could do a small batch of bars, and then they had a chocolate pouring machine. So they could make a bar in the office, try it, see what it's like, throw it out, do another one. And then they had encapsulation machines. They had little tiny blend, like the big V blenders. They had a little tiny one.
Cool.
They had tablet makers for samples. And I'm like, this was all right next to their office. And I was like, that, and people would ask me, and I was like, I'm not held to anything.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't think, for the amount of companies that I've been that would pay me to go, I'm not going to ask them to pay me. I'll just, if they say, do you want to come? No. Like, usually that's what I would say if I don't want to go. And if, like, then they would say, oh, we can fly you in. Yeah, okay, if you want to pay for me to go, sure.
Yeah.
Like, I would go visit anyone.
Yeah.
And I think that fascination just with brands, products, stories, facilities, just that's been what it has since I lived in the UK. And now we do it, like, went to Brazil and visited 3 or 4 brands. Was in Japan, I visited 3. China, I visited 3. Like, none of them paid me. It was just, and then I would learn about that market, find brands, start sharing them on Stacked, highlighting where they are. Like, if I share a brand that I see on social and they're in a supermarket, that's a big deal.
Right.
And they'll be dead quiet on social, but they are a household name effectively in those countries, right? And so that kind of going around the world and going to these core places and then seeing this and talking to them, I guess that's what wanted me to do more of I wanted you to go to Stacked and get not necessarily ideas, but just a whole scope of things of the market in its entirety. Very similar to any industry website. Like, you went to a website that just talks about mobile phones. They're going to talk about a brand out of China, like Samsung in Korea.
Especially if they're doing something innovative.
Yeah, so, and like, they'll always share things on internationals, but for some reason in the supplement industry, it was crossing borders was not really, like, at least brand wise, distribution wise, it was okay. But sharing what, like I said, Bear Bells, we were talking about them in 2017 and 18 because they were making some genuinely cool stuff.
Yeah.
Now it's a household name, I guess, in the US, but for many years that wasn't the case. But throughout this their bar has always tasted as good as it does now. Yeah. And they just are now being recognized for what they always were.
Well, that's why your website's pretty important, to a degree, right?
Like I said, I provide as much as I can share as much as I can. And
So how do you source your information? Is it directly through brands? Is it through combing? Is it a little bit of both? Or
it would, I wouldn't say the exact, like most of it, people send it to me. Like today, I did all 12 or 13 stories before 10. And then I was just chilling for most of the day, but that was all based on stuff people had sent me throughout the week. Some stuff comes from social, like someone would tag me, or like I have a few people that I'll say that I pay a couple people who watch a lot of pages, like brands and I guess PR websites, and I'll be like, hey, if you find something you seem interesting and I use it, I'll give you $5. Simple as that. So there's about 4 or 5 of them like that. And that's genuinely just because like they will give me a horde of stuff. And then we have people online, like I think I was telling you, someone will send a picture of, I don't know, it would just be a bar that they found or a new flavor that's, like the new Bear Bells one. It's actually exclusive to Germany. It's a bigger market for them. The only place that has Bear Bells protein powder, but they have bars that are exclusive to them. And they just launched 2 flavors in their supermarkets that you aren't meant to officially launch until the 29th. But someone who lives there stopped by a supermarket, took a photo, sent it to me. I was like, damn, I'll buy you a box of protein bars because this is cool. And so she sent a picture of the inside, the nutrition, put it up on Stacked. I mean, I edited the picture a little bit better, but
yeah.
And that's, like, I wouldn't have known about this because in Germany, websites are in German, and looking up new Bear Bells bar in Germany on anywhere is going to be impossible.
Okay.
And so, like, that to me is like, and I get a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just people sending stuff in. And
do you try and like want to like break first sort of thing? Is it a goal to break news, or are you just kind of getting stuff as it comes in and whatever's interesting to you?
Whatever comes in usually. Like it's never, if someone sends it to me and says like, usually I work on a day-to-day basis. So if I got something today, if it didn't go up today, it's going up tomorrow. If it's boring, it might go up Sunday. But like, yeah, pretty much. They send it to me, I get it up, and it will be on the site and then all the socials. And if it's really cool, it will be like an Instagram post and stuff. And yeah, simple as that. Like, it's not. I think the variety of brands on Stack that we probably communicate with is around 2,000. Like, my email list is definitely in several thousands, and these are all brands or people that work with brands or whatever. Like, and I'll always be able to reach out to one. They won't even. Not all of them speak English.
I've got about like 10 Shanes when I type in Shane.
I don't have. I've only got one other Shane, and it's but it's we like. So I would say the majority is people send it, and then people pass it on to me. And then, like, I might see it on LinkedIn or Facebook or whatever, and someone will say this. I didn't see that one. Cool, I'll share that. But that's generally how it rolls day to day.
So when you see these things, do you get more context, or do you just kind of go off of whatever?
I go off my own context because sometimes when you ask brands, they're full of shit. And I'm not trying to be rude here, but, like, I've shared a product before, and someone will say, you didn't understand why we put extra carbs in it. I was like, it doesn't matter what the reason was. I just said there was an extra high amount of carbs. What's the point?
So you're explaining it from your perspective and your point of view.
As the consumer would if they came across it in the store, which I believe is the best way to do it. Yeah. Like, if I was to regurgitate a lot of what people said to me, it's not going to come across great. And it might also be a white lie. Like the brand might say this actually tastes off because we use this stimulant, but in reality it might just because they'd be shit flavors. I don't know. Yeah. But it's like, I've notoriously done that where people will say, hey, here's a press release. I was like, cool, thanks, I'll redo it myself. And they'll say like, oh, and then you're going to send it to me before? I said, no. Why do I need to do that? You're not paying for this. Yeah. Like, I won't say that, but I'll be like, no, it's okay, I got it. Yeah. But it's, like I said.
But some brands do send you stuff with like kit, right? Like media.
Oh yeah, we get most. I rarely get like, hey, you need to say this anymore. I don't get that at all. And sometimes people say that thinking that that's what's going to happen, and then I just don't do it, and then they're, oh, okay, he's like that. That's cool. But it's we'll get sometimes there are a few brands that'll say, hey, this is coming out in 4 weeks. Share it on this date at after this time. Okay, cool. I bookmark it for that date. That's helpful. But then sometimes we get a leak, and then someone will say, I thought we had a, embargo on this. You didn't send me the embargo thing. I didn't know about it.
So it's all fair game unless somebody explicitly says something.
I've famously, I'll say this many times, I've never leaked anything.
Yeah.
I've been sent it from someone who's leaked it first.
So it's already been leaked.
Yeah, my picture might look a little bit better because I kind of tweaked it a bit, but I will never have leaked it. If someone told me, hey, don't share this, I won't do it. And don't say this, I won't say that. Like, always.
Do you see yourself as like a journalist?
I don't think so.
No?
I just a dude who formally presents things. People have said, like, oh, man, you presented really nicely and professionally. And I was like, I failed English in high school. Like,
well, that's the thing about it is, like, sometimes when we do PRs with, these larger publications, they're not even that much. I wouldn't even say they're bigger than yours or not. But they have a different decorum of journalism or a background in journalism. So the way that they do interviews and stuff seems like real formal. They
open with like the city and then like the time and like and it's followed by the official statement.
Exactly. God, when we did the PR last year for Expo Energy, we talked to a bunch of magazines and stuff, and we were just talking like bros, like we do, And then after that call, I was like, oh God, we must have said something. We must have sounded crazy to these people. Because we're just like literally arguing in this interview about like who did what and when and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I wonder what they're going to write about this,
it's, I don't know. I don't think we're very professional to some extent. I guess we probably more.
Well, that's kind of the culture of the supplement industry.
Yeah,
it's a little loose and fast.
Yeah, like, I mean.
It's kind of what I like about it.
I think that I present it more formally than I am, at least. But I don't think that's a good standard to live by. But it's like I've been in meetings where like everyone's dressed in a suit and I'm in this t-shirt and shorts.
Yeah.
I thought, oh shit. But after talking to Mark Lobliner a few times, I was like, you know what? I'm pretty satisfied with being in my shorts and a t-shirt.
Oh, for sure. Mark's a casual. He's a cool dude.
Oh yeah, he told me to just say you just be you.
Yeah.
It's supplements. Who gives a shit?
For sure. It's taken you all around, and it's paid a passage for you to see the world. I think that's pretty awesome.
That's one of the funnest parts, and we're running out of places to go now, but still plenty of brands I think I need to go see.
What countries do you think are interesting that maybe not be well exposed? Like,
China.
China? Got some pretty cool stuff.
Okay, maybe. Actually, I would say a lot of Asia and India, and it's not necessarily that, because I get a lot of people say like, oh, the rest of the world's, back in the day it was the rest of the world's behind, right?
Mm-hmm. And I was going to ask you that next.
I heard it a lot, and for a while I genuinely thought the same thing, and then the more you get to talk to these people, it's not that they're behind. Like back in the day when it was only Americans who were exported to these countries, I can see how you might think that, but it was necessarily they weren't capable or didn't have the economy to do it. But then when they get the economy, and now you see American brands are just no longer wanted in some of these countries, you learn that they were just making do with what they could get. Mm-hmm. And now you get these brands that just, again, dominate their home countries, and no American can touch them because they're built for what they know locals want, what they need, the flavors, the tubs, the sizes. And in India, it's like you just see such a broad range of requirements and benefits and stuff, and they are slowly building out different categories where brands. Someone hit the market last year with a canned creatine drink. It's just a small lady at IHFF show, and I would drop by and she said, we just launched it. And I was like, damn, like this market isn't necessarily, it's picking up, but to see a creatine drink at this level where I guess of maturity, that you think it's confident enough to come out with it.
Do you trust it?
It's hard. Like I trust that if you're there standing there, like, and you're presenting it, it's more likely than not that you've
done some due diligence.
You've done what you want. Like, and at the same time, though, creatine's obviously not stable, and I know this, we know this. I didn't tell it to her because I'm like, you know what? You're doing what you're doing. Good on you. And she didn't claim a dosage, so good on her.
Yeah.
But it was, Like, and India and China, I think, are the most interesting because for different reasons. India is just growing, and seeing them hit categories and formats much earlier than America did in terms of growth as they were coming up. And in their own way, like the average pre-workout that I've seen in India is like $10-15, right? Mm-hmm. And that 20 is probably premium, 25 is really, really high. Mm. So they are hitting these things in different ways that they can. Mm-hmm. So an American brand, and then they have to put priority on what they want to see in there.
Yeah.
So stems aren't that big. Their version of like dodgy ingredients might be extra high caffeine at like 350 or something. And you see them doing these things in their way.
So what do they focus on more on, like blood flow and?
It's really.
Or is it cognitive?
I wouldn't even want to say any specific thing. Like protein internationally is obviously much more. I would say it's much more important international than it is here.
Yeah.
That maybe it's a different story now, but like India and a lot of these, I guess, lower economic countries, protein is a huge deal. And that was all you usually saw. So to go from that to then seeing a creatine drink, mm-hmm. and then like you see these protein bars and snacks created after traditional Indian foods, and then you see these someone did a collagen water with some adaptogens. You see all these different things, like they're almost trying things that suit them. These aren't things inspired by anything else.
Right.
These are them thinking like, hey, I think this is a cool thing to put into market. And then China's a little bit. It's the opposing side, because I visited the first Chinese supplement company, and sat down for 4 hours with them, just asked them questions. Again, didn't pay for my hotel, didn't pay for flight. I just went over there. Just a 90-minute drive from downtown Beijing. And she translated, it was two brand managers, CMO and brand manager. And like I was just asking a whole bunch of questions. And like I said what I did. And they didn't give two shits about anything outside of China. Mm. And I'm hazard to guess most domestic companies are like that. Mm-hmm. And it was just fascinating hearing how little they cared about like anyone knowing what they're doing. And this company had a hallway full of patents in China. They had a machine that they sold, a system they sold to colleges where you would scan your ID card. You would put your plate down, grab some broccoli, grab some chicken, and your ID card would be based on your dietary requirements. And then as you went through the scales, it would say, no, it's too much of this, put it back. Too much of that. And then when you get to the end, they had a little vending machine that spat out like extra carnitine or extra vitamins based on what your requirements were. They patented this and they sold it to colleges. And I had not heard anything about them, and you won't find them anywhere outside of China. But they were the first sports nutrition company in China. And like you even try and find pictures of them, you might find 3, 2, and obviously China is very heavy in like their platforms. Uh-huh. So you couldn't find anything. And I only got this meeting because I knew someone that knew someone, and then I was trying to talk to her and just trying to convince her like, I don't want any of your money. I just want to come talk. Like this is all good. Yeah. And she sat down. It was great.
Told you all about it.
And the whole story, how it started. And I say this to everyone, it was like the biggest culture difference for me was I asked her, why don't you just sell to Japan? They're like right next door. Uh-huh. You produce crazy amounts of products. And I was like, Korea's there, Japan, maybe go down to Thailand. And she said, I don't know what they like. And that's the weirdest thing. It was like an American would just, hey, try this.
Yeah, buy it.
You'll like it.
Yeah.
And then I said, well, what if you learned? And she was like, if I put... It was still the weirdest thing I'd heard. She said, if I put any amount of effort into finding out what another country would like, that means I'm not giving all my effort into China.
Fascinating.
And I was like, okay, I don't know what to say to that.
Yeah.
Okay, if that's what you want to live by.
That's probably why we don't see a lot of Chinese anything. And especially here.
Interestingly, all the titles are in English.
Really?
And I asked her,
why do you think that is?
So I've asked a lot of people this, and some people don't know, but the majority, and I went through South America, a lot of Asia as well, they just say it looks more professional, and then it has a better ring to it. And that's...
Think it's like more trusted? They think it's going to feel better, do better?
Yeah, they just said it's more professional, and I guess you have international brands that they probably import because even though China is very, self-sustaining, they still bring in like Nike and all these other big names. But their one was, but the other catch I guess in China is that they do learn how to write and read English, not necessarily speak, but throughout school that's one of the core things. So they can read it. Like, might not be able to pronounce it properly, but like she was saying, like and all of their product names. So you knew what they did because the name.
So she could read like whey protein isolate and
yeah, and
understand.
I think a lot of them were saying like, and because their essay, she told me that a lot of their essays in school, well, the tests were essays, never speaking. So that's why like I could always talk to her, and she said, yes. And in college, you just refine it. Obviously, if you don't do college or stuff, you would just not use it. You wouldn't communicate to another Chinese person like that. So she just said, some people keep it, some people don't, and very. Yeah, like domestic brands like her. But she was, for someone that said she speaks very little English and only learned how to write and read, she did a damn good job at telling me everything.
Yeah, she could understand what you were saying.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Some of it was sentence structure. Sentence structure was the difficult. If I started with a sentence, comma, and then tailed off to an alternative or a contrasting statement, she would put the two sentences together and try and figure out what they meant. And so eventually I would just say one sentence straight at a time. But as we discovered on as the conversation went, we learned a bit
that
more.
was the better way to communicate.
But that was like some brands there, right? I didn't get to talk to many, and it just fascinated the hell out of me that there's these brands that do so well, tens of millions, right? And you just wouldn't know about them, nor do they care. Like Europeans have ambitions for internationals, but to not care and to have such in-depth knowledge of your own consumer market. And like, I would love to share news on a Chinese brand. I can't get a goddamn story out of any of them.
Yeah.
I'm trying really hard trying to.
Do you have a Chinese viewership?
To be honest, I wouldn't actually. Yeah, but it's tricky. Like, you don't know. Like,
Yeah.
maybe it is, maybe it's not.
Could be proxy IP
Yeah,
as
like I wouldn't. And
the internet works a little different.
and with them, like
parts of the world.
when you're there, like Gmail don't work, Maps don't work, Facebook, Instagram, none of it works. It's just WeChat.
Use their apps.
Yeah, so like, in a lot of them, it's centralized to those apps. So they were like, they search on these apps, they buy on these apps, they don't leave them, they don't use the browser as much. So everything's centralized. So unless you're on that app, and I even said to her, I was like, what do you think? Like, if I went on there just spraying some English, she'd be like, oh hell no. Like, they won't even give it any bit of attention.
Yeah.
So okay, so I gotta get some Chinese, and it can't direct translate because it will lose communication. So I was like, okay, I need to get on some of these apps and follow, and it's just notoriously hard for many, many reasons to try and.
You have to translate from Mandarin, and then.
But then you can't, like Instagram, you can download pictures. There, I'm like, you find one on the app, and the best you can do is screenshot it.
Ah, I see. Yeah.
So it's
You can't edit it. Well, not very well.
you can, but
Yeah.
and get it off and then post it. But it's and the apps are obviously in Chinese because why would it need to be in English?
Right.
So I am slowly getting there, trying to figure out more and more to follow brands, and then
But you've tried some of these products firsthand.
Oh, they're not very good. Don't get me wrong. They're not.
Like flavor, like anything that's flavored.
Oh, their bars were rock hard. They just I was trying to be nice, and she's not listening to this, I'm sure. But like, what do you think? I was like, it's good. Like, breaking my teeth. It's fucking bad, and like, but she's for a supplement company. As much as I don't like it.
Seems to do okay. Over
Clearly.
there. Yeah.
Like, and she's a wholeheartedly Chinese company, so they aren't putting something out that, and like I said, this person doesn't want to go anywhere else because she wants 100% of her attention on China. So whatever she gave to me, as weird as I thought it was and not great, on par for them. She's happy, been around for 20 years.
How have you seen like packaging innovation in other countries? Like, does the U.S. still hold the?
Oh yeah. Formula-wise, it's getting a little bit more balanced, and formats a little more creative in Europe. But like the packaging, like I'll say, nothing comes close. And I don't know if it's a.
Is it a quality thing, or is it a creative thing, or?
I would say creative thing. and I'm not knocking any countries.
Like I've noticed that sometimes a lot of things that we do here in the U.S. may seed a trend that I'll see a few years later in another country, but I don't know if that's necessarily true anymore. I kind of feel like they have their own sort of things going on. But I did notice like lifestyle branding still seems to be really popular.
Oh yeah,
in like New Zealand, Australia,
UK.
Whereas like now, even here in the U.S., we've almost kind of backed off on that a little bit. Like Ghost kind of owned that whole thing, and so now we at least here we try and not do too overtly lifestyle like graffiti and those type of like stylizations, just because it's like you're not gonna do it better than Ghost.
Yeah.
So, but we have international brands that come to us, and they're that's their inspiration.
Asking for just that.
Right, yeah. So, inspired by this sort of look. And it's like, well, that was kind of cool here like 3-4 years ago, but like now we're kind of onto a different thing. I don't know if that's just me personally, how it works through me, or if that's true everywhere. I don't know.
Oh, there's definitely people that will take inspiration, and I use that word loosely, like from America. And while, like I said, the formats, the functional foods in Europe are still far above the specifics of each country. Their brands are now dominating just so well with their own countries, but the packaging is, and I think it comes down to, I could be wrong here. I guess there's no way to really find out, but I think America has just such a wide and vast variety of people and markets and cultures and everything that you're exposed to so many different things. Like you might be looking at Stacked and seeing everything in the world, whereas some people might go on Stacked and be like, "Where's the European brands?" type thing. Right. So,
is it a challenge for you to try and kind of like do more in those regions to try? Or does it do any good for you in like your overall traffic?
I think it helps people around the world. Like it probably, if I started sharing a brand from, I don't know, Uganda or Zimbabwe, like sure, I'm not going to get much out of it, but yeah, I'm doing 10 to 15 things a day. It's very little effort for me to just, hey, this dude threw a protein out there. Cool, let's throw that one up. And it'll mean the world to them. But I would say America is far and above.
Well, there are some brands that like I look at internationally that I think they're doing from a creative standpoint pretty cool things. Like there's that brand I think in South Africa, like Metal Labs or something like that.
Metal Labs.
Really love that packaging.
Yeah, but
and I kind of think
I love them, but and I know there's some people there, but kind of came after Glaxon, and I get a little bit of vibes from that.
Sure. I see a lot of stuff that's seeded from those designs, but like they still kind of
they put their own twist to it.
Right. Yeah.
But I think that Glaxon, like, it opened a whole different pathway in terms of imagery and presentation and graphics, and I think you only get that here. Like if I can't recall seeing something outrageous in any other country that I hadn't seen here first. There are some that are like very distinct, but not that I would say like American brands are far more likely to step outside the lines.
Well, that was the whole point of Glaxon. That's why we did it.
But even with like other brands that are just not as edgy, that's still very stepping outside the lines. Like it's like sometimes you put an American brand on shelf around the world, you be like, that's American brand. And not necessarily because it's got a look to it, it's because it just doesn't fit. Whereas you could point out, you could say that looks very Eastern European. I mean, I could. You could say that looks very English. You could say that looks very like Asian or Middle Eastern or Indian. Like they all have some similarities, but then the difference when they try to stand out is they are borrowing, and I could be wrong, but from my perception, they very much look like they're borrowing from a brand or a successor, and it's not like a shitty brand in America. It's always one that they would have definitely seen or heard of. And like I said, I think American brands and just packaging designers aren't afraid to color outside the lines. And that's not just labels, that's bottles, that's lids, that's
all the packaging,
everything,
formats,
right down to the detail, right? It's just you don't, I would say that it hasn't changed.
So we still, to a certain degree, influence.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's good to hear you say that a little bit because I always feel that way when I see stuff, but I never know,
I mean, I may
It's
not
just
know.
me guessing, be like, they ripped me off, you know?
I may not know. I'm just guessing.
You know?
But I would think like you never see something internationally and then see it again.
Yeah. But there are some that like I think are awesome. Like I see like Sneak, I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
That's very good. That's very good work.
I like their stunts and their marketing campaigns, and
They're great.
Like
They're very good.
Do you remember seeing the sculpture, the ice sculpture?
Yes.
Like they froze it and put a bottle inside, full ice sculpture, and it was like a video that was watching it melt.
Yeah.
And then in 2 days, it was meant to reveal the flavor, and I would still love to know, because they had a flamethrower, and then they like, hey, we're just going to melt it manually,
Yeah.
and they torched it, and I was like, did you have that on hand?
Yeah.
And you can't fake like an ice sculpture not melting, so it's like, was it a deterrent? Like, hey, if it doesn't
melt.
work, we'll just go. But you could have had another way to do it. Like, that's not a flamethrower.
Well, flamethrower's fucking awesome.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
said, everything they done, like, when they do the holiday flavors and they do a hotel booking form that you can, like book a stay on the website for, they just go all out. Like, and it's, yeah. I would still say they're the best at doing the marketing stunt.
Like really great creative.
The extra effort. And they are gaming, but
Yeah.
probably better than anyone else, I would say.
But the quality of the execution from like a design standpoint is very good.
Oh yeah, it's
Like-
not
You could tell that their people over there are high level. They're good.
that ice sculpture could have been just a big ice cube.
Yeah.
but it was a sculpture.
It's true. Yeah.
They paid some money to freeze that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so there's some good stuff out there that I see that I like to go be more exposed to. But then sometimes I see some other stuff where I'm like, geez, this is weird. Like when we have like Indian or Dubai brands that come to us and they want a rebrand or something like that, and they're showing us like what it is now and sort of like what they want it to be, and it could be miles apart, or kilometers apart, and you can give them something that might be too progressive.
Yeah.
Because like what we're doing here may be progressive, but not to me, but to them,
Yeah, it's a.
Like when we did some of the AN stuff,
Yep.
when we first did the original logo for the American version, the American team loved it, but the UK team thought it was too progressive because they had all this money baked into their.
Did you? I mean, you
To the
saw their
logo.
original look, like before the initial ABE transformation, like way back. They were very uniform.
Right.
Like that's how I knew them. They were very clinical. Yeah, the ABE series, which is really a standout, but even that was just very clinically and like black.
Yeah.
But they.
In an Americanized kind of way.
Yeah, and then when we got the ABE, it was like this is Americans pissed all over this.
Yeah.
He's gone and put the flag on it, and I was like, this is exactly what you want to launch in the U.S. market. So I guess that was right what they wanted, but yeah, they've also been one of the big successes of UK. So
They have,
they're
yeah.
also probably like in some parts that unless it's broke,
No, but it seems like it took like a year for them to sort of adopt that, but then they really like, oh, this is great, and they started using that stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And now it's all over everything. Which
Very hesitant.
yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty cool personally, but it's just kind of interesting how that stuff shakes out. Because like when we first started working with that, and we have another really big UK brand that we've been talking to who has like a similar like issue. They're trying to come into the American market more and trying to saturate here, and they're like, why is this not taking hold? And they think
Are they here now?
They're here now.
I might know who you're talking about.
You probably do. I can't say. But yeah, and they have that same challenge. But like, I don't have the secret sauce. It's just like trying to look at like all the components. Like, what are you trying to do? What's the goal? And how are you trying to execute on that? And if it's either this retailer or this market or whatever sales team you have working with you and whatever they're focused on, like, there's particulars about different retailers that may that may be specific to them, because like a brand, when we design things, we're thinking about, all right, where's this landing at? Is it Vitamin Shop? Is it GNC? Is it Walmart? Is it Costco? Is it straight direct consumer? Or are you doing are you trying to lean all into TikTok? We'll design a brand based off of like what that strategy is, because those shoppers tend to gravitate towards a certain look or feel.
Trying to get something that goes across. The only one that I know of, and I just call them the Red Bull of sports nutrition, Like the only one that's got a look that just is practically unchanged. And as I'm sure as a designer, you probably appreciate it to some extent. But like Optimum is worldwide accepted. And while they do their rebrands, it's not too distant from what the previous one was.
No,
and it's like
they really stick to their legacy looks for
yeah,
sure.
but it's the only one that I know of that's got such strong staying power around the world, which is not it's almost impossible.
They don't really need to change much, I don't think.
No, I mean at some point you would think they would, but like I mean you got My Protein that does really well, but they've changed their look a few times over the past few years. Muscle Tech, they have like a cycle that they go through.
Yeah.
C4 obviously tweaks every now and then, and it's, but Optimum has just notoriously, you know, their black-red split. They live and die by it, and I don't know if it's because they are too afraid to drastically change, or
I don't know.
Like, and with that much money, obviously.
I haven't really got to talk to anyone from Glambia directly about that. I've talked to people from Muscle Tech.
Yeah,
they've
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of told me it's just hard. There's a lot of people involved, and it's difficult to kind of, when you're a large organization, to move quickly, and you have a lot of people to approve things. But like the new looks that Muscle Tech's coming out with those peptides, like I think they look really cool. So I'm glad.
That was a nice different.
Yeah, I'm glad in the direction they like. They kind of did the same time when Ghost did their frosted with the clear label and that soft touch to have that sort of frosted look, which was kind of ironic because I was working on like 2 or 3 other brands here internationally for that same look. And so when they came out, I was like, fuck, man, I thought that was my idea. But it's kind of hard to, it's really kind of hard to innovate. You got to really go to the label and packaging technology now and see like what's available. And sometimes it's custom and people don't want to pay for that, you know, so.
I like there's a brand out in Spain called Zumad Labs. You might have seen them. They have their bottles, plastic bottles, and I see them firsthand. They're not thin, solid. They have animal faces molded into the side. And they're not just random animals. They're like characterized animals. So it's like a bulldog with like a gangster costume. And then they have like, that's their their flagship is the gorilla for Moonstruck. And then they have like the gangster bulldogs like Caretaker series. And I'm like, this is a lot of effort. Like a lot of effort to.
Yeah, custom mold is, you know, you're looking at 6 months, and at least in America, it's could be hundreds of thousands of dollars.
And it's not just one design. They have different designs on different series.
Every one is a whole process, and procedure, and timeline, and lead time, and cost.
I went and bought one when I was over I wasn't in Spain. I think I was in France. And they had it. It was like 40 euros. I was like, I just want to hold this.
Yeah.
Bought it, had it, used it all, but I was like, damn, I can't. Like, I was expecting it to be thin, right? Like it's shitty.
Yeah, that's what I would expected.
It was pretty robust, man.
Solid. HDPE. Yeah.
It is surprising. And they have one that glows in the dark.
You say that some are like other countries are like less stim forward with the stimulants.
Yeah, I would say
Is that a regulation thing, or is that a preference on culture?
I would think it's. I know in China, when I was speaking to that lady, she said that it was 100 milligrams, and being the first supplement company, and I don't know if this is entirely true, but they were saying like they helped influence or helped shape regulations because they were the first really that kind of did it, and I had heard people say that like they had some feedback or like whatever it was, how it was shaped, and it was 100 milligrams of caffeine, but their line only had, I think they had 300, 400 different products. Only one of them had caffeine.
Really?
And I was like, oh, which one's that? And she's like, we actually just came out with it. It's a vial. And I was like, okay. And then you go to the coolers and there's like one Red Bull and one Monster Ultra and like, that's it. Rest is coffee, electrolytes, water, like soda, like it's, and same with Japan. I know that not like you can see when you see a domestic brand make a pre-workout and it's rather popular, and you see them put 100 milligrams of caffeine, 200 milligrams of caffeine. Okay, this is a light country.
So like in New Zealand, what is a preference?
For
like caffeine tolerance.
I know very little about the New Zealand market.
Really?
I never buy my stuff there. I get protein there, maybe, but a good gauge would be energy drinks, and they have the same rule as Australia. I think it's 150 max. You're not allowed. It's based on milligrams per mil. And if I remember correctly, you can't have more than, I think 500 mils is 150. It's based on a liter. You can't have more than this, but then cans don't go over 500, so it's like 150 or 160 or something.
So do you personally drink those, or do you get stuff from overseas?
People send me stuff all the time.
Right, yeah.
I don't really...
You'll drink whatever someone sends you.
Yeah, and I mean, to be honest, Monster Ultra is kind of the same. Like I think it's 150 here, 160 in New Zealand.
Yeah, well, that's probably why too, just because of this distribution.
But
that's why what we did with Lost and Found, they intentionally went with the lower caffeine amount because it makes it easier to distribute to all the places.
Most countries.
Yeah,
and I think Australia's pre-workout, I was told, was 325 milligram maximum. But I have seen more that. Like some brands that are at 400, 500. So I don't know if there's a...
Well, that's crazy.
It has to be a per serving thing.
That'd be much for me.
But UK, Australia, and the US are pretty close on stim preference. I would say you'd get high stim fans, low stim, moderate. It's the ones in between that just... Like big like coffee culture countries that vastly affects. Like in Japan, there's a lot of energy drinks, but there's a whole cooler like of iced coffee. And
teas? What about teas?
Maybe there were teas there. I was looking at the coffee because that was the only alternative.
Okay.
But they were very heavy. Like, you don't get that much iced coffee.
No.
I mean, they also sold beer at their convenience stores, but it's another story.
Yeah.
But they, so you go to a place like that.
There's some pretty good Japanese beers.
Oh, they had...
Never had a Chinese beer, I don't think.
If there was one cooler for iced coffee, it was about 3 for alcohol.
Okay.
And this is a convenience store.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of the same here, in a way.
It's not the same everywhere.
Yeah.
But it's it's same with Europe as well. Like there are places that are very high stim, edgy place, but then some that are pretty moderate. Scandinavia's got, I guess, a nice balanced culture across all their countries. Eastern Europe versus Western as well. So it changes quite a bit. I don't think that's why I say that markets aren't necessarily behind. Some people would say like they're
catered to their culture.
They cater to their culture.
Market.
A lot of and I think now again, if they were still bringing in American brands, and because you guys were miles ahead, but their preferences have shined through, and you're getting their own brands now.
Well, I've also noticed like a lot of the American brands they bring in are like older brands here.
Yeah, it's
there's like brands here that may not be, heavy movers in a GNC Vitamin Shop or any of our grocery stores, but they'll be very large. Like Ronnie Coleman still sells. And
to be honest, that brand's been around for a while.
Yeah.
That brand's been around for as long as Stacked has. And they've just done well there with great distribution partners.
Mm-hmm.
But for them, I imagine it's like legacy. Like there are stores here that have to carry Diamantized Optimum.
Yeah.
And have that feel. Like Animal Pack, I think it's not a supplement store unless you got that in there. Gold Standard's got to be in there. Diamantized. They're a brand, and that's the ones they carry. But I've spoken to many that are like, yeah, we have them so that people come in. And we just get them coming in. And eventually they might go somewhere else. Like look at a different brand. And I think because like I said, for a while, demand for American brands everywhere was high. And you can't necessarily shake that. It's like a generational thing. But as people learn, like, this is very good, and it tastes like our local favorite soda. This tastes like our style of coffee. This is based on our dessert, and this is suited for our cost efficiency. Like that tends to be the way with a lot of these guys. And again, American brands are not high in demand everywhere as much, at least as much as they used to. Still very big, successful names. Like I said, big guys like Raw and Muscle Tech, and but not nowhere near as like you would walk into a store overseas and it's exactly the same as the US.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen anymore.
I've always wanted to go into those stores and just kind of peep them out and see sort of like what works and what doesn't. And
That's
why.
what I do everywhere I go. Or I try to do.
Yeah.
And it's fun.
You talk to like the
Yep. I try
clerk
to.
or whatever.
I'll I have a live translator now, thanks to China. But like I would go in and just like type out and say, hey, what's the best seller? What's your and some of them, like you're getting something to the table for this. Like they'll direct you straight. This is our favorite pre-workout. This is our favorite protein. So all coincidentally from one brand made here.
Yeah,
but
they get the best margin on it. It's no different here.
Yeah, but sometimes they will be rather genuine. They will say like, and I'll say like, "Where's your pre-workouts?" It just doesn't sell here. Like we have this one, and it's like a C4 usually. But then it also comes down to like a lot of them say it's you have the pleasure of buying a few supplements a month here. Internationally, some places I only got enough money for one, and it's a protein or a mass gainer, and
they're pretty expensive there.
Yeah, so like how you're saying you're talking about quality in some places, like India, like I'm still uncertain when I go there, and some other places, like it's not necessarily that I don't trust it, it's just the look of it, it's not as well. So like you have this perception, but it's been designed and it's been made by people to be affordable for them. I mean, there's plenty there that test out. A lot of them now do testing. So like, yeah, and I mean, it seems different when you're there comparatively, but like I said, I like to just go to places for a few weeks, make sure I live there, essentially go to the gym, try the water, try the protein, like I would anywhere. And then so it makes it a little bit easier for me to share brands and understand, rather than say, I'm not putting this on Stacked, it's a pile of shit.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, this is premium for you, my bad.
Yeah.
Like that understanding, I think I wouldn't have come to if I hadn't been to a lot of places.
Yeah, certainly.
But it helps.
Yeah. When you go there and you start posting things about these other maybe local brands, do you start to see an uptick of traffic?
Not necessarily traffic, it'll bring in a lot of people, but it'll be interest from other brands.
Like advertisers potentially and stuff like that?
No, it'll be like if I share a Brazilian brand.
Are most of your advertisers today mostly still U.S.?
Yeah, I would say 90%, somewhere around there.
They're probably willing to spend more too.
Yeah. Well, again, because it's economics is different in different countries, and then also, like if their money's going places, if they're not doing like.
I could see that, like brands that want international exposure, you would be a really good platform for that.
When I share some brands, and it's free to be on Stack. Like I don't charge anything. You want to be on Stack? Send me the details. Send me the news. We'll do it. Like and internationals genuinely that, oh my god, dude, this is the best. And when I go visit them, holy shit, you flew all the way over here. I was like, yeah, man, I wanted to see what you guys are doing. Yeah. Like, yeah, I have the ability to, and it's fun to do.
Yeah. And I would do it.
Yeah. I do it. It's what I do year in, year out. So it's.
You ever get tired? You ever just want to go back home?
No, I feel too stationary if I'm at home. Like, you get used to it because I go home mostly during like holidays and like seasons and stuff. But it's obviously you get addicted to the fast pace.
Sure, yeah.
But it's I'm running out of places to visit, I think.
Are you sick of coming to the U.S. yet?
No.
Really?
No.
I'd want to go to other places.
Yeah, that's because you live here.
Yeah.
That would be like, what you should be asking is like, are you sick of going to New Zealand? Yeah, hell yeah.
I've always wanted to go to New Zealand. I've never been.
I mean, it's not bad, but...
That's beautiful, though.
I'm speaking it like you're speaking of America.
Yeah.
So it's...
Well, I mean, you came to Houston, right? Like, there's nothing really all that exciting about Houston.
I know what to expect.
It's an amazing city economically for the United States, but it's not like a place people like, I want to go tour Houston, unless you really like rap music. Good place to go for like rap music.
My Uber driver, I shit you not, when I got from the airport, he was from Uganda, convinced me to go there. Like, I was like, you know what, next year I'm going to message my wife, we're going to Tanzania and Uganda. But I asked him, I was like, why'd you come to America? Usually the answer is opportunity. And he said he wanted to meet Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris lives like 30 minutes from here.
I thought he lived in Dallas.
No, he lives in Navasota, which is about 30 minutes down this road right here.
I need to message that dude. So he
he's got a water plant called Seaforce. My buddy was at C4. He worked there for a long time. He helped start their Amazon channel.
So this dude, it's like I came here to meet Chuck Norris, and I was like, "You like what?" I thought he was joking. He's like, "No, like you know Chuck Norris," and I was like, "Yeah, I know who he is." He's like, "Yeah, that's why I came." I was like, I'm not questioning that you came. I'm just curious why why that's your ambition to come all the way from like Africa to here you're an Uber driver and you want to meet Chuck Norris. I was like, have you met him? He was like, nah, not yet. And I was like, so how long? He's like, I've been here 7 years. And I was like, you still want to meet him? I was like, of course. And he kept asking, like, you know who Chuck Norris is?
That's
like,
hilarious.
It's not that I don't know who he is.
I sat next to Chuck Norris eating sushi in College Station a couple years ago.
Dude, you should have called this guy. You should have called him. I just was baffled, like.
His real name's Carlos.
Don't ruin his dream, man.
Carlos Norris.
No, that sucks. Chuck Norris. And I said to him, I was like, yeah, man, you need to get closer to this. He's like,
And you just Googled it. It's right, isn't it? Yeah, that's what. When you go hang out with him, everyone calls him Carlos.
no. This man, his name was Arnold. Arnold, yes. And I said, yeah, man.
Arnold from Uganda.
I don't know if that was like, maybe it might be, I don't really know if that was like original name. But Arnold.
You get quite a variety of drivers and service people in the United States.
But how many people come here to visit Chuck Norris?
That's random. But every time I get like an Uber driver, like when I was in St. Louis, we had 4 different Uber drivers. We were in St. Louis earlier this week. Every single one of them was from some sort of Slavic nation. Every single one was like either Ukraine, or one guy was from like the northeastern part of Turkey. He was like, most people are like more of like Russian descent where I live or where I'm from, even though he was from Turkey. I just thought that was really interesting.
Just curious, because I've been in a few Ubers now. Is it common? And I was talking to my friend at Pump Source, and he was like, yeah. Do all Houston drivers have a crack in their windshield?
Yeah.
Like 80, 90% of like Ubers I've caught have all had cracks, and like not small ones, like covering like a lot of the windshield. And I was like, this isn't going to like fall in on me, right? Like this is...
No, I mean, lots of rocks get thrown on the highway, from the big trucks, especially if you're going on I-10
so
or
you
I-45.
just don't fix it?
Well, it could cost like $500-$600.
How common? Because like let's say you get hit once, right, by a rock and it cracks. Is this crack from one rock, or are we expecting another one soon?
No, it starts as it's a tiny nick, and then it's spiders, and it
from
spreads.
other rocks?
No, from that one, just over time.
But if another one comes...
Then you have another one.
But would that not just break the windshield?
No, because the windshield is like layered. It has like 4 layers. And if it was a more modern car, because most Ubers have to have more modern cars these days, and then they have technology in the windshield that has like auto wipers and stuff. Some of those windshields could be like $1,200.
It is very concerning.
Yeah.
When I've gone, and these guys got like a rainbow from one side to the next, and
Yeah.
I've been in a lot of Ubers, a lot of countries. I've never seen as many cracked windshields as I have
In Houston.
in the last 2 days.
People just don't want to pay for it, probably. I don't know what it is.
That's crazy.
Yeah. You want to try that Expo Energy? You've tried the Expo Energy, right?
I have had that.
Yeah.
But I'll try it again.
I'll crack it open, some BHP. You've been talking to Lob Liner. He's working for
Yes, yeah.
Go
He
BHP now.
messaged me. He was like, I think he just messaged me to say, I'm working with BHP.
Yeah, we've been doing some projects with him. That was one we did last year, obviously.
Yeah, I remember being
It's a tart flavor, right? Kind of shocking.
if I recall, and Macrocat made this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because when they gave it to me, I was like, oh, this tastes like the Ray's sour that they did way back. And they're like, yeah, it's made by Macrocat.
It's a sense of pure, flavor base, which they do a lot of sense of pure flavors there.
They have a very, like, distinct...
I know what you're talking about. I think it's the water.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but they have
it's the water.
like a distinct base to them.
Yes.
And I won't say other brands that they make, but I
can
guess some of them.
There's like 2 brands that when I taste them, I know. There's one that I know they make, though, that is completely different, and I love it. It's like one of my favorites.
Interesting.
But I don't get that same thing in that one brand. I think they just use a different flavor house or something.
Oh, okay.
But I think it's the water. And I know they use a reverse osmosis. So they have a really good filtration system that's really comprehensive. But for something about their drinks have a particular taste to it.
Like that.
Huh?
Like it.
I've had it before. It's caffeine.
It's no caffeine. It's all BHB.
I mean, sorry.
It's paraxanthine and ketones.
Paraxanth, sorry. It's caffeine metabolite, sorry.
It gets you going.
Yeah. Yeah. The
I think it's such a interesting idea. The BHB as an energy beverage.
I
think
swear
there's
they've been in drinks previous because
yeah, but they haven't really tasted close to an energy drink.
Did you ever try Jack's one?
No.
Good old Jack Owak.
His AI energy?
No, back under Redline, he had one.
Did he?
Yep, I can't remember the name of it now.
Oh.
He had
I used to love those red lines.
when Bang took off. He came out with a few other beverages that were like.
His was probably like more keto centric. Was he like trying to directly?
I recall it being like 12. I'm going to say 12, but I might be wrong. He was very heavily like a Meltdown. It was a Meltdown energy drink.
I remember seeing that.
Yeah, and it had ketones in it. And he was trying to. It was something different about the ketones. I can't remember what it was. But he was the only one really doing it at the time. And this was when ketones were finding their way into supplements and stuff like that and pre-workouts. So he was, I guess, capitalizing on it a bit, but he was trying to convince people the type of ketones he had. I'm not sure if it was branded. Maybe it was. I'm going back like 7 years. It was pre-COVID. But yeah, he did one, Meltdown, and it tasted... I would always pick that one because it was lighter on... If I remember, it was lighter on caffeine, like 100. And he was trying to... It differentiated quite a bit from Bang. And I loved the hell out of it. And I thought the taste was just so drastically different from Bang.
Yeah.
But then, yeah.
It's like more tart when you use the ketones.
His was almost like a smooth thing.
Really?
It was interesting because I expected it to taste like Bang.
Well, if he had other stuff in it, this is just all ketones, right? So, but I think it's a cool replacement for caffeine. I think it's interesting. I think it has legs. I think there's a lot of education that has to go behind it.
Oh, yeah.
Because you can't say keto anymore. Like that word no one gives a shit about.
Energy drink is a hard place to do anything other than energy.
Yeah.
Like caffeine energy.
Yeah.
If there's one thing I've learned and the amount of people that want to try and stand out, like kudos to Ghost for doing what they did and differentiating their formula. But I don't know if that's the entire reason it succeeded as well as it did. I think a lot of it had to do with the look and the flavors and everything that kind of went into it. But it's very hard, like, to be different because I genuinely don't think majority, like mainstream people that are going to grab an energy drink are going to care.
So, like this kind of just looks like an energy drink. It doesn't really say much about ketone on it. Do you think
it kind of helps? Like,
yeah.
If it presents it that way. But then the other problem is, unless it feels like caffeine to someone who drinks it every day.
Yeah. Well, you do get a buzz from it to a certain degree. If you chug that whole thing, you'll feel it's a different buzz though.
Yeah,
it's a different feeling.
So, like I said, energy drinks is kind of like coffee.
Yeah,
you can't really alter it to a coffee fan. Like you couldn't make a fake one and convince someone. Like you said, a lot of education has to go into it. There are some categories you use. Protein powder is another one. There's very little innovation.
Yeah.
So like,
what do you think about clear protein?
That was one of the ones that I always was fascinated about how it's taken off recently in America, right? And
because it's always been a thing in Europe.
Yeah.
But Arla is what, Belgium company?
Yeah, but like My Protein has been doing clear protein
for
huge.
Yeah, almost 20 years.
I mean, I don't know when they started really. They didn't have it in the beginning because Impact Whey was their big one, and Impact Clear was their one. Now it's just called Clear Whey.
I remember one time they sent a kit when I was at Cellucor. No, Hagen, who worked at Cellucor, brought it back from Europe, and it was like you flavor your own.
Yep.
It was like a base, and it came with a whole bunch of different sort of flavors, and you sort of make your own protein, and some of them are clear.
So it's very common in Europe to sell concentrated flavor drops or flavor powder.
Yeah.
And so like, My Protein definitely would have done it. I remember one time they had 60 flavors for their Impact Whey, but they're clear. I'm not sure when it launched. It's definitely not 10 years old. It's newer than that, but they have developed Clear Vegan. They did a Clear Gainer. They did a Clear Meal Replacement. They did a Clear Electrolyte with protein. They've done a Clear Drink. They've done, like, this has all happened long before it took off here. It's very much like I was saying. They're not behind because they've innovated far more than anyone else here.
Yeah,
with
and
Clear.
they're better, like less.
I don't know if I like them as much, but
well, I mean neither. But like if you have like Isopure here, it has that real high astringency. It's not a very pleasant beverage to drink.
Isopure was the OG, and if you remember, Dymatize gave it a shot before everyone else came on board. I think it was 17 or 18 with ISO 100 Clear. I think that might have been the name.
Oh, that thing was rough.
Small 1 pound tubs and stuff. And I just think it just didn't taste it all right, but I think it was just ahead of its time, maybe.
Yeah.
Kind of like C4 Dynasty. I think it was just ahead of its time.
Yeah. I think they just did that to kind of flex, you know.
The Dynasty?
Yeah, it was like their was it their 15-year anniversary, something like that.
Yeah, but they could have flexed on a flavor. They did a $70 formula, and then 2 years later, everyone started doing $60 pre-workouts.
Yeah.
I think, like, and people forget, the first premium pre-workout was arguably C4 Ultimate, right?
Yeah.
They've been doing it for far longer than and even cost-effective. They were doing C4 Sport pretty much around the time we got C4 Ultimate.
Yeah,
So they were doing the cheaper and then the higher for longer than anyone else. And they just kept them going. But like the Dymatize Clear, I think they were just, the market wasn't there yet. I think they would have, people would accept it now. And they still, maybe they do still have it. Is it ISO 100 refreshers, I think?
I don't know.
Oh, no, that's ISO Pure's refreshers.
I know that Arla did a big media circuit. They came to the U.S. and they went to every manufacturer and every brand. They went to Joey. They went to Price Plow. They went to everyone and, you know, either paid them or tried to sell into them. And there was an emergence where we saw it because everyone came to us and said, "No, we need to make a label for a clear protein." And this all happened all like at once.
Yeah.
Where we had like 20 people. And then word kind of got out that Ghost was going to make one. But obviously everything about them's hush-hush.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of like, oh, we think Ghost is coming out with one. And they're going to use the Arla because the Arla did Supply Side West. They did a booth, and they were, you know, sampling it out. And I don't know what specifics of their technology are, but it's smoother. It tastes better. It has a better flavoring, less foam. And then Rise tried to come out with one first.
Was that the drink?
Their powder.
I remember, was it the drink that had, which one had problems?
The powder.
Yeah.
It was like too foamy.
And then I remember they did the sale, the foam parties.
Yeah. Really clever. Really good.
Very clever.
Yeah, good way of saving it. And then I think it's kind of run its course, though.
The catch with American market is when you
now it's all RTD, like in a can form.
when you like trends don't usually, European brands are less likely to jump on trends, at least all at once. They would usually, at least from my opinion, they just don't really leap on trends. The Dubai chocolate trend, like, people just did a Dubai chocolate flavor. It wasn't limited. They were like, cool, this is a cool one. A lot of them already had pistachio flavors anyway.
Yeah.
Whereas here, everyone will jump on at the exact same time, and it will just make people sick and tired of the shit.
Yeah, I know, because we hear about it first.
And so, like, it's...
and it's like, man, I just had this phone call 30 minutes ago. You know,
and
earlier
you
last
run
week.
through it all, and eventually, I think it does just gets... I don't know, I reckon Clear will stay kind of like the vegan protein trend that was like just after COVID. Everyone started doing them because they could taste better now.
Mm-hmm.
And then everyone had them, and now only a handful are holding on to them. Mm-hmm. Like, same with when they did the Supp, the greens formulas, people did them all, and then only a few hold on to them. I would think there would be a few that hang around.
Yeah, what I've seen, like with those categories, particularly like greens and vegan protein, like there's certain retailers where that's their customer, especially like on the West Coast and like highly urbanized areas. Those do really, really well in those regions. And then there's like brands that kind of break out that aren't like sports nutrition brands. They're not bodybuilding. They don't come from that world. You know, like Perfect Amino or AG1. Like you can go to an Erewhon on the West Coast, which everything there is really expensive at Erewhon. I don't know if you've been to one of those stores.
Yeah, I've been there.
But like they have like a core set of brands that do really, really well in there. But like you don't see them at GNC.
I refer to them as like outliers.
Yeah.
Like ones that just magic. Like they just drew an audience. I like to...
They usually have good direct consumer too.
Yeah, I think Onnit was a really good example of that.
It's a great example.
Like they just dominated, but like you can't take their customer. You can't do anything. Like I don't even know how they got half those. Like they have just such a strong culture, right?
Joe Rogan.
Yeah. But like you're not pulling anyone from there.
No.
Like that's not the same pool that you're jumping into if you come into GNC with a protein powder.
No, I mean they sell it now at GNC and stuff, but it's not like a mover.
Oh yeah, but it's like
it's not a mover.
They didn't need to do any of that.
That was just, they sold into Unilever, and Unilever wants to put it everywhere now.
Yeah. So I like AG1. I put like into that bracket where like I wouldn't, if I was Joe Smo supplement company and I see AG1 or I see like on it, I'm like, I wouldn't try and do whatever they're doing. Like I would just be like, yeah, okay, cool, because you're not going to get another one of those.
If you were to do a supplement brand, what would you do?
Oh God, don't ask me that.
No, you don't know?
I genuinely don't know. Like,
yeah. I tell people, if you want to get into supplements, don't.
Yeah,
it's not a good idea.
I've had that question many times, and they say, you should sell. Like, oh, we'll partner 50-50. Oh, like, and I was like, no, because then this job is done for. No one's going to listen to me if I'm selling my own shit on the side.
Yeah.
And then it might not sell well. Then I want to push it harder. And then I've seen this road. I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm happy as it is.
Mm-hmm.
We like, shit just works out.
Mm-hmm.
And
no, that's, if I were you, that's exactly what I wouldn't do it either. Now you could do an adjacent product, like in a different, maybe pet foods or pet products.
I don't want to do that. I want to take the moral of the lady that I was talking to. If I give my effort to anything else, then it's not 100% on Stacked.
Yeah. I mean, do you see yourself doing this forever?
Probably not. Like, we've had 4 or 5 people reach out to like buy Stacked more recent years. And it's definitely entertaining. Like, so long as I like enjoy it, I don't see why not. Like, it is a very rare thing that I get to do this, and like, it's just a very weird job.
Yeah, it
like,
definitely is.
Entirely, and how I don't think if I did anything different, it would have ended up the same.
You sure do have like a lot of autonomy to kind of do whatever the hell you want to do. That's cool. I to a certain degree get to too. And when I talk to like guys like Ryan or Ben and those guys, it's like they love kind of being rock stars of their own little world, and they can it takes them places, and they get paid to do it, and
yeah,
it's a cool thing.
Like the Arnold thing, like I was sitting there going,
that was a really cool thing.
I was out of nowhere. Genuinely, I was sitting there like I was visiting Apollo Nutrition.
Would you do your own show?
I'll
leave that for future.
See, the
TBD?
funny thing is like I originally did the online expo just for the fun of it, because I was like, I'm never going to run a show. Like,
right.
why would I run a show? And
well,
then,
in COVID, it made sense.
Yeah, but like we did that back in 2015. Like that was the first time I did it, and it paid for my wedding. That was
cool.
And then the next time I did it, it paid for my kitchen, and then it paid for my bathroom. And it wasn't like I did it just because, it just coincidentally, I was like, cool, I'll use this for this. But when the Arnold thing came around, and they were like, how many brands do you reckon you could bring in? I was like 5. I'll call up my friends, see what they want to do. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, they have complaints, man. They think that you charge them shitty prices. They don't want to be beside a behemoth. So, okay, cool.
No, I saw your prices. They were very, very reasonable.
So like, and that was the other thing. A lot of people didn't like getting charged when they left. So that's why we have the all-in-one thing. So you pay the one price. Uh-huh. And then the Arnold just pays those people when they pay those people their bills. Uh-huh. And it just, you don't get shitty stuff at the end. That's
like my biggest problem with these things.
It's, and so
the nickel and diming of, I just spent like $1,200 yesterday on like a hand washing station and some dumb shit for supply side that like I could go and buy at a store for like $50.
Yeah, it's so when I came around, I said, yeah, I got 5. He's like, cool, I'll give you a spot. And then like I work as an employee technically, so they're very accommodating. Like, hey, do you need more room? Cool, expand. And then first year, instead of 5, it ended up being 20. This year it's going to be 80% bigger than last year. Well, this year, next year, 80. It is going to be phenomenally huge. Like I would say, it's the biggest space on the floor as a collective. Mm-hmm. And when they brought me in, I don't think that was the expectation. But the only reason they said they brought me in was because they asked a few people who knows the most supplement companies. I'm like, oh, Shane. So who the hell's that?
Yeah.
Oh, this guy from New Zealand.
Random. Yeah.
And then it's been, I think we've added about 40 or 50 supplement companies to the show in its entirety.
Yeah.
And I think just doing what I usually do, just be like, hey, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. if you want me to make it so this suits you better, okay, we'll try and change it. Like, rather than, here's the price, show up, that's it. Like, I'm making sure most people, all of the brands get what they want. Otherwise, it just doesn't make sense. I don't want people.
That's the tough part with the shows is like, you don't even know where that money's going.
If you don't see value, like, I don't want you spending this tens of thousands if you don't think it's worth it. What do you think is comfortable? You do that, and whatever the value works out at, and it doesn't work, but so long as you do what you want to do. And that's kind of, and it's been great seeing the show come back to the heights that it has.
Yeah, because it sunk, but it's definitely, both Olympia and Arnold are getting a lot better.
Yeah, the 22 was when I went to the Arnold, and then I didn't go in 23 because 22 sucked.
Yeah.
And then
I remember that.
24, after 23 he called me, and I originally didn't know who the hell it was. I thought he was full of shit. And I was, it's the CEO of the Arnold. It's like, I know a few brands. So I called 5 of them. The 5 are still going.
Yeah.
And I just, he's like, okay, these guys are down. And then we brought in a few that aren't in the pavilion, quite a few that aren't in the pavilion that are doing bigger things.
Yeah.
And that was just because I was talking about a new product at a meeting, and they said, oh, you doing the Arnold? I said, yeah, man, if you want to get in, I can hook you up.
Yeah.
That's literally how.
You could do your own, like, island thing, your own sort of.
Yeah, so we have obviously our area, but then other brands that I talk to that, because we have a maximum.
Yeah.
You can't go over 20 by 20 this year. And that was just, again, no one wants to be beside someone who shits on them.
Yeah.
So I just didn't want people doing that. So it keeps it all fair. No one gets outshined. It's great.
Well, it's a good spot for emerging brands.
It is.
Because you've had a few in there that are like clients of ours that probably wouldn't have had that opportunity otherwise.
Half of them say the same thing.
Like ZimFit or Bull. Like, those are good brands.
They love it.
You gave them an opportunity that they wouldn't have otherwise had.
And I think a lot of them say the same thing. That just, I wouldn't have done this if you didn't go. Like, and I think a lot of it is, I'll call them and like, hey, you guys got this handled, you got this ready, you got that. On the day, I'll help them find their pallets if they're missing. I'll make sure, like, all the questions. I'll be on the floor making sure they're okay. Because I feel bad that anyone paid that amount of money and I'm not there to help them.
Yeah.
And it's...
Shit, that's like my biggest complaint about those shows. is you give them a whole lot of money and then you get there and they're kind of like, figure it out on your own.
I hate
You're
that.
going to spend another, like, double. Whatever you spent getting there, you're going to spend that much there. And then you're going to spend the same amount getting stuff back. You know what I mean?
I always say, and like, we have people that leave on Sunday that want to pay for a hotel. So I was like, look, tell me who it is. I'll sit there by their pallets until the full course comes, picks them up, takes them back. So you got to get your flight. They might have to pay another however much 100 to stay over. And so I just make sure, all I got to do is wait there, and they would appreciate the hell out of that. No other person on the floor is going to do that.
No, hell no.
So I'm there till Monday. They pay for me to stay there. So it's all good for me.
Yeah.
But again, keeping them, I think, like I said, making sure they have a good experience. That's all I really care about. And seeing value. If you don't do it. I'm not going to convince you to do something you don't want to do.
How much of, like, Stack's branding are you able to sort of, like, put in the mix there?
I got a giant sign.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
I'm happy. And I get, this year, I think, as far as I'm aware.
Is there a way to, like, increase signups or stuff like that? Increase, like, a mailing list or stuff like that?
You mean, like, for me to, like build stacks?
Yeah, like if you had...
Nah, I'm happy with the sign.
If you had, like, a podium or something like your own booth or something like that?
So this year, I managed to get, like, an area for the guys to hang out. So, like, a meeting area. And it should be jammed in between 2 back-to-back guys. So I was like, I wanted a meeting space for the guys to chat because you don't want to talk to a buyer on the floor. So I said, can I put it in between 2? That way you're only paying for 2 walls. The other one's already there. And they were like, yeah, okay, we can work this. So I'm over the moon that these guys can come and chill and talk and, like, don't have to be interrupted.
Yeah.
And it's not a big space, but it's a space.
Yeah.
Like, I might have been able, like, and I pay for a lot of the stuff that we add. So I'll be paying for arches, signage.
Yeah.
The big sign's not mine, but I'm happy with the big sign.
Yeah.
Like, we get a bunch of free tees. I give them to the brands to hand out. Just says Stack Pavilion. I just, like I said, I just want to make sure they have the best time, and that's realistically it. And it's just it's fun. Yeah, it hasn't stopped being fun.
Yeah.
And it's
got to go to Ohio, but
It's the one catch, right? And but Arnold's statue there, you can't.
yeah.
You might be able to move that, but I don't think they want you to.
And I don't think it's going anywhere. That show, it'll
It's-
always be there. Columbus is okay though. Columbus is alright.
It is, and it's a nice contrast to Vegas.
Yeah, that's very true. Pretty sick of going to Vegas. To be
You can go to
honest
Vegas in September. You can go to
Yeah.
Columbus in March.
with you. Yeah. Yeah. We want to do a show down here in the South because there's not really any shows in.
They had the Europa shows back in the day.
They did. They did, and those were more about selling supplements.
His distributor, wasn't it?
Yeah. We want to do something more around innovation.
I have some conversations that are taking place because when you see the expo this year, the Stack Pavilion, I think you'd probably sit there and go like, oh, this would be cool by itself.
Mm-hmm.
And I had that comment a few times, and I'm like, the question is like, how do you do like? I would love to run an event where it was just a bunch of bros that came and visited each other, but then you've got to have value for some of these people.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of bringing attention, bringing people what they want to achieve. Again, very much what they want to get out of it.
Yeah.
Because it's all well and good saying, hey, we want to do an event. It's like, that's why I think having the consumer side to it, like I'm trying to build out the pavilion, very much like I would run my own, like I would like my own show, like having cool brands, like friends, buyers, distributors, everything I can.
Mm-hmm.
But then you have that massive benefit of just 120,000 consumers walking past, right?
That's actually kind of the challenge we're having is like, do we make it more insider or do we make it more consumer friendly?
Yeah, and I think that brands...
Because brands want consumers, but
Yeah.
the insiders want the brands.
And sometimes you need both.
Yeah.
And I think it's a good balance to have...
Have you been to Expo West?
Yeah.
It's wild. It's everything.
It's B2B, but that's the other catch, right? How do you stand up to that?
Yeah.
Okay, hey, I'm gonna get to this eventually. It's not gonna happen, but
No, they got large investment.
exactly, yeah, it's a tough game, and like I said, I think just the Arnold is the perfect execution for supplement companies. If I could take over half the show, that would be fantastic. If I could take up a quarter.
Do you focus more on either like pills, powder, supplements, and beverage, or is it more like functional foods, beverage? Do you care? Like, do you see a certain trend going in a certain direction that you want to focus more on?
We only started sharing bars because Quest was at GNC. That was the original reason we started sharing bars. And then Muscle Farm did a bar back in the day, Muscle Tech and all that. So it's like, oh, I'll share more bars then. That was just the reason I did it. And so then we started following brands that just did bars. And then when when C4 did energy drinks, realistically, the first time we started sharing beverage, we didn't do it before then. We only did it because we were already sharing Cellucor's updates. So then we did, and then at the time we had 3D, and I was like, okay, this makes sense. He's an affiliate an ambassador of Ghost. Then we had Rays, and there was a couple, and then America Energy. So it was supplement-centric energy drinks, and I was like, okay, cool. So then we shared those, and then as time went by, I was like, I can't really fairly share just these. If the audience sees only these, they're going to be like, what the hell do you know?
Yeah.
So then I added
The big guys, Monster,
Rockstar, and now we talk to Red Bull all the time. Monster, like we talk to these brands and these guys about new releases, and it's just a part of what I do. It makes it a little broader now. There's like a lot of energy drinks out there, but like I'm not gonna get away from like, hey, this is a badass like organ health supplement, and I'll put just as much attention on that as I would the new Monster flavor. Like I don't want to leave.
Do you see larger engagement from these like big beverage brands opposed to?
Yeah, you get like, it's no different from sharing like a Ghost protein powder versus a protein powder from someone who just started 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, so like when you post anything Ghost, it's gonna get some fanfare.
Like Ghost, Cellucor, Muscle Tech, Optimum, anyone who's large is going to get 10x on anyone who you don't know. And you'll get the regular people, probably like yourself, that's, oh, who's this? But and then
I talk a lot of shit on your posts.
I check comments for like a day.
Yeah.
And then I just never go back.
I figured
arguments on there. I'm just like, what the hell?
Well, that's what I love. It's kind of like a public forum.
It is. I've only ever deleted one comment, and it was because someone said something. I wouldn't call it. I don't know what it's called. It was very. It was like a slur on I guess you could say a religion, and I was like, dude, what are we? No,
Yeah.
and it's the only comment I've ever banned. And I was like, you could have just said the same thing without that, and I would have been fine. You didn't need to tack that on the end.
Yeah.
Like, feel free to have a heated argument, but don't throw shit that doesn't matter.
I figure you're just on the other end, somewhere in some country on the other side of the planet, just chuckling, just laughing at it.
I rarely look at it.
Yeah.
I'll look at it for a day, and then I never go back. Mentions are turned off.
Well, yeah, you got like 100 other things that you have to prepare and post for.
If I was to worry about every single post for more than a day, then tomorrow's post is going to get piled up. I won't check it. Like, so I've seen people say, "Oh, you delete the comments." I do. Some people will say things or Instagram hides it. But nah, like it's. I just say, hey, public forum, have at it.
Yeah.
You want same with the website. Say whatever you want on there. Just don't say stuff you don't need to say.
Yeah, nothing overtly offensive.
Yeah, like say this is a pile of shit. I don't care. Just don't say it's a pile of shit from blah 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 blah. Like, you don't need to do that.
Yeah, I get you.
But it's important, and I'm trying to cover everything, and so the opinion of people as well.
Do
matters.
advertisers give you pressure on that, like trying to moderate?
No.
No.
Now that I think about it, no one's ever said that. I have had some people put comments on there where I'm like, it's like a mystery profile, and it's like a comment against the brand. It's like, this pill sent me to the hospital, and I was having heart palpitations for a week, and I'll never buy this brand again. And I was like, it's like if I had seen the profile and it wasn't hidden and the profile picture wasn't just the silhouette, maybe. But I'm like, this seems like someone hates this brand.
Yeah. Somebody's competing with this.
And it was like a protein powder.
Yeah.
I was like, this is a stem, maybe, but this is a protein powder.
Yeah.
And okay.
Might be bullshit.
So I was like, I might hide it so he or she can see it, but I won't let other people see it. Like in that, so you can comment, but I don't know. Because then you also get affiliate links on the website. Make sure you use my code.
Yeah.
And I let those fly. But it's when like you get a lot of affiliate links or like just bombs. And
Just like spamming.
Yeah, let's get this out of here.
Yeah. It's not giving any like benefit to anyone.
Yeah, and it's just sometimes if I mind one, but when I go like 10, I was like, oh, okay, I don't want this. This looks bad.
So what drives most of the revenue for Stacked? Is it strictly advertising? Is it AdSense? Is it a little bit of everything?
We don't do any AdSense anymore. That I phased that up. That slowed the website down by like 2 seconds, which doesn't sound like a lot, but
that's like a whole eternity.
That's a lifetime.
Yeah.
That's like Houston to Dallas. It's too far.
It's like Houston to Houston.
I was like, this is it. And when I got rid of the last AdSense, I was like, this is fantastic. I would say it's probably like 60, 70%, 60% advertising. Then the Arnold kind of chips in the rest. Just like when that came on, I was like, this is great.
Yeah.
I can go see more people.
Yeah.
That was realistically it.
Yeah.
And it's never like, because it doesn't alter how it's run. Like to scale a news website, you just need to be a reliable source. That's the heart of it. And you need to have a core point. And my point is everything you would have as a person who lives supplements, like energy drinks, bars. That's realistically all I try and do. And I try and do it religiously. Like if I share a brand once, I will feature every update thereafter. No charge, no fee. Like that's how it works.
What sort of innovations, or maybe you think maybe coming down the line that you can, maybe is it like an app, or are there other things that you can do that could be like revenue streams? Or
I never did the app because it was I didn't think that people who love supplements that much would download a specific app. I thought that was a bit much.
Yeah, I thought that about when Ghost had one, but it seems to work for him.
But then they offered, they give you incentive, right?
Yeah. Well, you could do that too, to some degree, maybe.
It
would mean more work.
Yeah, we've done things on there. Like, we did the rewards program, which was quite fun. I coded that. Where if you throw in your email, and every day you come to the site, you check a few posts, or read a few things, and then you get 1 point, maximum 1 point a day. And then you come back tomorrow, do the same thing, get another point. And then when you get 30, you can get a sample pack. I'll buy one for you. I'll send it out to you. And then some people have saved up 360, and I sent them a 5-pound tub of protein powder. that was just that I came up with that because I was like, we would occasionally boost posts or like clicks and stuff like that, and I was like, oh, why don't I just do this and figure out that the value is based on basically what I would pay for advertising to share my stuff to more people. But okay, if you come to the site and you effectively cut out the advertising, I'll pay you that pretty much revenue in terms of a product. And we got like 400, 500 people on there now. And there's some people who are just on 365 days of that thing existing, they had 365 points. Like, I don't even had 365 points on my own account. And you guys, I thought it was great that people cared that much. Yeah. And there's a lot of them, like people that were diehard fans were still 50th on the list. Yeah. And it's just crazy. And any time I can do that, like, I'm not trying to, I don't know, become a millionaire or anything. Just my job is I'm providing a service. That was all I'm trying to do, and do the best of my ability, and anything else is a cherry on top.
Nice. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just you, so you don't really have to kind of worry about scale or die sort of thing.
I just sort of see, like, people say I share a lot.
You do.
So, like, I probably share about 50%, 60%, 40, 50% of what I get. So I'm at, if I did 100%, which I could probably do, but you're going to be overwhelmed. Yeah. And as it is, infusing energy drinks and functional foods are kind of turned it up a notch, but I think that people will be overwhelmed and just might be deterred from it. I want it to be a reasonable amount of, like, information for people to understand. Hence why I looked at other industries, like how much they share, and based it off that.
Are there any, like, platforms that are of adjacent or other industries that you that, like, inspire you?
IGN, the gaming one, and Engadget.
Yeah. Do you like gaming?
Yes. Time is a little bit different now that I'm older, but I do enjoy. Halo was
hell yeah.
was I still remember lining up at midnight for the third one, and then, like, taking it home, playing it throughout the night, finishing it up, and then because New Zealand was, like, first in the time zone, and so when we went on live, there was like 20 people. Yeah. And we were just playing the same people.
Yeah. First 20 people to play it.
Because we were up at 4 a.m.
Yeah, that's pretty cool though.
No one was online, and it was we were like one of the first countries to get it, but it was gamer still. Like, half of my computer stuff is gaming centric, like, brands, and that's just because I just like the same with my PC and stuff like that. It's very gaming orientated. Yeah, don't do it as much, but yeah,
it's like a hobby. Something you chill out. Yeah. You want to do some nuts bullshit? Is that why you're standing up?
No, I'm standing up because I thought.
This has been an interesting conversation. I've always wondered a lot of these things, kind of like how you operated it.
Is there a specific brand that you want to talk about?
Is there a specific brand?
Or, like,
is there anything that you find interesting on the internet where you're just like,
no.
What is this? Why?
I mean, I asked it. The cracked windshields in Houston was one of the big ones.
Yeah.
I just sitting in the front seat, just damn.
Yeah.
Like, we had the rule: if you have bigger than a 50-cent piece crack, you get it fixed.
Yeah.
And I came here, no. Side to side.
Insurance is supposed to pay for it, but it doesn't always do it.
Well, I would think if it happens a lot.
Yeah, they find ways to deny
claims. But the first one I saw worried me. The seventh one, I'm not so concerned anymore. So, okay, if everyone's got it.
It's funny you said it because I just never notice it. I just never notice.
People in New Zealand not have cracked windshields?
I've been to many, like I said, I've been to like 50 countries in the world.
Yeah.
I don't recall seeing more than one cracked.
Is there a culture shock that you get here at all? I feel like you probably you kind of understand Americans pretty well. Know what to expect.
New Zealand is more of a culture shock for me than here.
Really?
I'm used to it. I like it. Like I said, all my people I work with or the people I talk to, Even like I do like sometimes when I call people, like some of the American services I have, like website and stuff like that. When I talk to them, I'll put on an American accent just because on the phone they might not understand me, and just be talking for a minute because I've done before where I'll speak and they'll say, "What did you say?" And I was like, "If you didn't understand what I said, shit."
Yeah.
Because I thought I was
I'm
going
screwed.
pretty slow. So, and I'm like, this is English. I thought this was. So it's New Zealand is it's just for me it's, and all my products, all my things are imported. A lot of the stuff that I use, pretty much everything, phones, computers, all of that is American plugs. It's all appliances. So I don't realistically. Again, I'm not too familiar with brands there. Like I know the legacy brands, but I've never heard of something like, "Hey, did you hear about this in New Zealand? It's blowing people away." Oh shit! Like I missed that. Like that never happened. So it's I'm more comfortable in American culture than I am in New Zealand, but Asia's probably the places where you get the biggest
culture shock.
Like when people don't speak English at all. And that gets wild.
Yeah, I bet. Well, you come to Texas, Texas, most people are pretty nice everywhere.
I think Texas is fine. Every place that I've been to is fine. I've never been to a place that was notoriously rude in America. Like, there's different pace. Like New York, Texas versus like LA, different speeds of lifestyle and people, but like I've never had anyone rude to me. This was the first time that I came here and I had to be taken in for the interview questioning when I came through the border.
Yeah.
The customs.
What did they ask you?
I've been in before and he was like, "Did you go to school here?" I was like, "Nah." "Okay, cool, go through." This time he asked that question and he's just like, "It's not you, but we need to ask you some questions." So I had to go in this room with like other people that just pretty much come in the country. Their questions were much more intense than mine, and their answers weren't overly like hard, more difficult seemed to provide. But like, it just, "Hey, why are you here?"
And you flew into New Jersey?
No, I came because you got to connect. It's either New York or LA. I think it was LA. I think I landed in LA. But yeah, just, "Hey, what are you doing here?" "I'm here for an event. These are the dates. These are my hotels. This is my ticket out. This is my ticket to each of the cities. So the date I leave, this is the date I get it. Like, I stay here." And like, "Okay, done." Like, it was very easy, but I mean.
Did you not find the remote?
I have no idea what TV remote is. I have the Apple one.
Y'all cleaned all this stuff up earlier today and you lost the remote. Well, hey, we got the new NutriBio protein labels. You got to see these already?
Yes.
When you got to go see Mark, these should be live in the next week or two. So,
Those are live right now.
You what?
Those are live right now.
These are live right now. Okay, so I'm comfortable sharing these. This is the gourmet chocolate and the strawberries and cream. What do you think about them?
I think they're good. Like, it was kind of like, obviously it was the first rebrand was on the multivitamin and the pre's and stuff, so it was like I could envision how they would expand to the other stuff, but I do like how the flavor call out seems a lot more bolder on these.
Pronounced.
Yeah, like they
It's
are.
been like a year, honestly.
Wow.
Over a year. We started working on the proteins over 2 years ago. Which we had the format done with the multi,
To be
right?
fair though, they've had that last one. Yeah, like the format was set, but like
it was mostly the flavors.
you could envision how you would expand it.
Right.
But the flavor call out, I thought the
Yeah.
call outs were pretty cool. I thought.
Yeah, the format was done like 2 years, maybe a year and 8 months ago,
Yeah.
and then they've iterated the flavor 10 times.
Well, they got to cycle through the.
Yeah, they got to cycle through the labels
The
they
stock,
have.
yeah.
There that was, and it's not a low expense thing to do because these protein labels are expensive.
Yeah.
The size of them. So you want to buy them in large quantities, and you have that many SKUs. It's like it's cost a lot of money to.
Is there a particular branding that you've done that you would think like this is like the shit. This is the best work I've ever done.
That's how I felt when we first did Glaxon.
Aside from that, no one's dead and gone.
Yeah. I mean, I knew that was something.
That was something special.
I knew that was something. I really liked Infamous.
Oh yeah,
Personally, yeah.
that was because that one, because it's changed a bit because the first two they did.
First two we did.
Yeah,
And then Ike's company did the rest of them. But, they still use our logo and all that stuff. But, like, I just thought it was really good. I really liked it.
I think it communicates exactly the sophistication that their products have.
Yeah.
Which is not always an easy match. Like that one as well. NutriBuy is reliable,
Yeah.
premium, incredibly transparent.
Mm-hmm.
So like you communicate that sometimes there's a mismatch between like when a cheap brand tries to present itself at the higher end.
Yeah, we had a lot of conversations about that very subject and how that was going to be done.
It was good.
Yeah. All right, so this is called That's Bullshit. It's when Ed finds arbitrary TikToks online and he thinks it's funny and he thinks it's going to make our guest say what the fuck. So we're going to put it up here and we're going to see if it's bullshit or not bullshit or just laugh at it because it's ridiculous. Oh, God.
I'm serious. My friend said it cleans out everything, and I was curious. The first 2 days, it does exactly that, a total flush of everything. But after that, the results are the problem. I felt amazing, way more energy. My stomach wasn't bloated at all. But my favorite jeans, too loose. The t-shirts I loved look like a tent on me now. It's honestly a little annoying having to shop for a whole new wardrobe. So I get why everyone is ordering it. But consider this your warning. If you're okay with the problem of your clothes not fitting anymore, the orange button is down there. Do not get this unless you're prepared to
So
buy
it
new
starts
clothes.
off with this really grotesque graphic of like this.
What is that
obviously-
meant to be?
It's like AI generated.
No, but what is that meant to be in his stomach? What is that?
I think shit. I think he's shitting.
If your shit looks like that, looks like a bag of
Exactly
dates,
that.
you've got a lot more to worry about than a supplement. Jesus. I appreciate the.
Well, they just got to be killing it. So it's called, what's it called?
It's this one, but they don't even have a website.
It's called Doogzoo? Duwzgu? Doogzoo.
Is this like a Temu dropship thing?
Well, like these are like TikTok brands. Arbitrage is what I call it.
No one makes this in America, right?
That's why we go down the wormhole in the sea. So
This is a pile of shit.
well, we're about to find out. First of all, what's their sales? What's their sales on TikTok? We've got 4,808 likes,
But
120 comments, 1,998 saves.
It's not medical advice. That's good.
this is the first time we see this.
Yeah, and they have a disclaimer at the bottom.
It's handy.
Sort of kind of like a FDA disclaimer, but not.
Part
not
of me
exactly.
thought it was medical
It's
advice.
definitely a Chinese company. Do they have
Oh,
their
and-
do they have their TikTok sales? Usually, if you go to the store, you can see what their sales are.
The name sounds
These are the people you went and saw in China.
nah.
Oh God, they have a whole series of this. Go to their
Do
shop.
not get this
Do they have a shop?
He's following one person.
And he's got mad views though. That one has 434,000 views.
Yeah, but look at the other ones. He's picking up steam.
Oh, 6.1 million.
Yeah, that sounds like Chinese, but Health
Yep.
Club TikTok shop.
Okay. Yep.
Are you shitting me?
8,000 sold.
No pun
5.2
intended.
thousand sold. So they're obviously selling. It's not crazy. But I wonder what they're selling in other countries.
Daily cleaner. What is inside this thing? Fiber, just straight.
Bleach, ammonia.
They don't even tell you.
Well, where's the formula?
There's no formula.
There's no formula.
Of course
So
there
it's a
isn't.
gut cleanse. It's a daily cleanser, but they don't have a. They've got to have some sort of
Cool
formula.
photos though.
What about on their website? It looks kind of like the same format that like Steel used to have with those two.
Not
like-
gonna lie though, $9.99. I'd give it a shot.
It's cheap as shit.
I'd give it. Wait, is it just the stick pack and that's it, or you get a box of sticks? I'd try it for $9.99.
Should we buy some?
If I saw that at GNC, I would pick it up. I'd need to see that ad first, though.
Yeah.
It convinced me.
They don't have a website, but they do have Amazon.
If it flushes me out half as good as that video.
Yeah, and they got fiber gum. They have a whole line of stuff. It all looks maybe around $9.99.
I liked how he said,
They don't have ZPs.
They've got Shilajit, which is a straight knockoff of.
Looks like the shit. What's his name?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the one that's in.
GNC.
Oh, God damn it! It's gonna bug me now.
Yep.
Yeah, they do the honey and sticks as well.
They do really well. Wow.
Prepared to buy new
Wow,
clothes.
that is
I'm
quite a
serious.
graphic.
My friend said it
See,
cleans
that
out
looks-
everything, and I
looks
was
like
curious.
horse
The
poop.
first 2 days, it does exactly that, a total flush of everything. But after that, the results
Right
are
there,
wait,
pause.
wait. Here we
Okay.
go. Look at
Green
this.
superfood blend, 1.3 grams.
1.6 grams of fiber,
Probiotic blend at 648 mgs.
antioxidants, digestive enzymes, adaptogens. 4.2 gram serving though.
That doesn't make any sense.
Wait. The superfood is 1.3. The fiber is 1.6. So we're at 3 grams, 648.
Before
That's-
flavor.
We're like 3.7 grams, and I haven't even seen the right hand side.
Yeah, the adaptogen's got to be nothing.
You got half a gram of flavoring in here. There's 3 grams of carbs.
Would you say there is enough
Where's- no,
in
that's
here
the
to
fiber.
do what they're claiming to do on this video?
as
Just by volume.
those ingredients don't add up. If you've got look, there's an extra gram. Here we go, 5. That's more than 4 point.
No, wait.
That's more. That's 1.1 with those two. So that takes. No, that totals the exact active amount.
So they're not including.
They're not accounting for it.
They're not including for their the natural flavors,
If you add that up, I'm getting to more than 4.2.
or it's just not in there.
No, I still believe that that's in there. I fully believe that that's in there.
Do you think it would actually do that? Do you think your guts would fall out of your stomach if you took it?
I'd give it a shot.
Yeah.
I trust anybody.
You're a brave man.
I think the branding
Ooh.
looks absolutely disgusting. Oh, Better Alt, that's the brand.
Better alt, yeah.
Sitting in the back of my mind.
Yeah. I got a bone to pick about Shilajit. Because from what Joey tells me, the way that you get Shilajit is pretty arduous. And you don't get a lot of yield from it.
We still think it's synthetic.
Well, what is it, fulvic acid? Yeah, I think it's mostly synthetic fulvic acid with like crushed up charcoal for the coloring.
Not gonna lie, if this dude's rolling with it in gummies,
What's what I'm saying? Like there's all this arbitrage. All these people have come along with it. I know that Prima V, the
Yeah.
trademark version is probably legitimate.
yeah.
But I question all this other stuff because apparently they get. Wow, he looks mad. The little gummy.
Wait,
looks
go
sick.
back to the picture
Standard of the USA.
Those gummies are huge.
It's
The
a
bottle,
it's a 1-inch gummy.
yeah. How he's not fitting the 30 in that bottle, is he?
Fuck if I know.
This is. Oh, there you go. It's an American company.
Sure. Well, it says standard in the U.S. It does not say made in the U.S. What does that mean? What does that mean?
It's translated. Oh, this is. So that guy sold 14,000 bottles of that poop stuff.
Yeah.
Huh.
All right. Is it bullshit?
No, I think that there's fiber in there. I don't know why he bothered doing any other stuff. He could have just put 4 grams of fiber, and with that ad would have sold like crazy. People would have shit their pants left and right.
For what it's worth, I think that packaging looks okay.
$9.99 is not a bad deal.
No, it's a good deal. It's
Nice.
like it's an unbelievable
Look,
deal.
70% off plus free shipping.
Where from?
LA.
Yeah, from the port.
I would buy that. I don't know if it's bullshit. I trust that it does make you shit.
Whatever it does that.
I trust that it does that entirely.
All right, what else you got?
I do appreciate the
The creativity there?
ridiculously
The rid-
AI human that he's been able to generate over and over again.
What else we got? Isn't the internet a lovely place?
Did you just?
What
did
if
you-
they came to you with a new launch? Would you repost it?
No. Like I would have too many questions. Like I get hit up by sketchy brands. Like, hey, we're an American brand, we're launching soon. We have like a protein powder. It's got like a like the green dot on it for like on Indian brands. And I was like, hey, like you don't need to lie to me, dude. Like it's 3 a.m. in America. You're not pitching me on a brand that just launched with that symbol. And he's like, no, we have offices in America. I was like, okay, fuck, I'm not going to talk to you anymore. Like, you can just tell me the truth.
But legitimate American brands, for the most part, you'll
Oh yeah,
give
like
them the time of day.
anyone can reach out. Sometimes we're busy, sometimes we're not. Sometimes we have a wait time, sometimes we don't. Like
What are the prime times?
to share stuff.
When do you get the most inquiries?
Oh, it's any day of the week.
There's not like a seasonality to it.
Nope. It's some days I get 5 brands reaching out at the same time. Sometimes I get.
You must get things from brands when they send to you, right?
Well, to try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you try most of them?
Oh, I try everything.
Yeah.
I try to, except pre-workouts. I refuse to waste my one workout of that day on something that might suck ass.
Is there a pre-workout that you personally like?
Oh, yeah. I have my go-tos. C4 Ultimate, I'll go to that every time.
Really?
Legend All Out, I'll do that. The NutriBio Pre.
You know, I really actually like C4 a lot.
I like C4 Ultimate just because it is.
I like the regular C4.
Okay, okay. I'm not.
You can 2-scoop it.
Yeah, but you can just go Ultimate. What are you doing?
Well, I used to get it for free for a long time, so.
I buy 80% of the supplements I use.
Really? You know, I buy most of the supplements of the brands that we have in here.
Yeah.
I buy them back just as a courtesy. You got anything else? Or just the poo-poo one?
There's no more AI videos.
No more AI
I
videos?
think TikTok is
Did you run into that or did you find that?
both.
You can't. That's not what. That doesn't.
Usually
make
he saves them if one's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got some good
So you just run into that in like your algorithm, just.
He has a Suppworks algorithm,
Oh, okay.
a separate account just for ridiculous stuff.
I was gonna say I got personal feed, but it's not a. It could be a wild place.
Yeah, it can.
They
It
mainly
can.
sell women's products, Shilajit, and creatine gummies. That's your
Do you trust creatine gummies?
No. It's like I mean I'll eat them, but it's like you know the process, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I went down this rabbit hole. Like I can't remember. Someone told me, and I looked it up. And the temperature that pectin gummies get heated to before they're turned into, and the creatine's meant to be in there at that
Yeah.
point, it's 210.
Mm-hmm. Changes the pH.
And creatine is like dies at far lower than that.
Yeah.
And it could be and it can be in that state for as much as 15 minutes. That's apparently as long as it can potentially be in that heated situation. And I'm like, yeah, that in a drink, some of these drinks we've seen, they die out real fast. And I was like,
Yeah.
you think your 5 grams is going to last? And then not only that, the pH that a gummy sits in is well within the range for it to just consistently die out again. So you're in a situation where you're putting creatine in a format that is not suitable for creatine to be made, and then not suitable for creatine just in shelf life.
Stability, yeah.
It's in. I understand people can do some things like the gelatin situation. Gummies a little bit better, and you can do like low heat production, but then you still run into the stability situations. And so I've seen some alternative methods where people dust their gummies or have a slightly different build. So I believe it can be done right, but with the amount that's out there, it's not possible that everyone's doing it right.
Right.
So and then obviously we throw all those tests and. Oh wow! So surprising.
Yeah, right.
And it's.
Just take the 5 gram scoop.
I've always done the powder,
Yeah.
but the fact that these things took off so much would suggest that for someone to like that bar in China, like okay, a lot of people love this.
People like that format.
I have something here. If you want to try it.
Yeah, we got some good
I'll
ones
eat.
here.
I'll eat. I'm not going to count on it for my daily creatine count, but I'll eat it.
Like a candy.
Yeah, hands down.
I'm gonna bring them.
Is that the only one you have?
Yeah.
Are they
Uh,
good?
Okay, well, I guess we're done with that.
All right.
So this one's actually been tested, the one that we did.
Who is it?
It's a TikTok brand. It's called Alpha Nutrition Power, and he sent me their testing data on it.
I'm okay.
So I have reason to believe that this is legitimate.
I think that you can get legitimate gummies.
Joey says it is possible.
It is entirely possible, but I've seen brands that stopped doing them because they said they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, well, maybe their co-man couldn't.
These are really hard.
Yeah, it tastes like bubble gum to me. Weird texture, though.
It's not really a gummy.
No, it's more like a chew.
Yeah.
They sell that strictly on Amazon. That's it.
I'll down it anyway.
Yeah, I think they're okay. But I'm like you. I'd rather just powder, put it in something,
Yeah.
drink it. That's how I do it. So when do you get into Vegas? You really got it's like bubble gum, isn't it? It smell okay.
Sunday.
Oh, so yeah, so you're leaving early. We're leaving Monday.
I don't like leaving on a weekday because I want to be able to
Flight experience.
not just do work. I don't do much. I do less work on Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
I do a lot of work on the weekdays. So like, I want to get in the rhythm, and then so I just go Sundays and leave. I do leave Friday. Traditionally, I'd leave on a Saturday. However, I need to make it back for my daughter's Halloween party on Sunday, which is at 12, and I get there at 9. So
In New Zealand?
yeah.
Wow.
So I leave Friday. Yeah, I leave Friday night at 7, and I get there at 9 on Sunday.
What's that flight? 14 hours?
It's from Vegas, so it's not. I think maybe 12. It's not bad. That's pretty good. When I came into Chicago, it was 21,
Holy shit.
but it was unavoidable.
Yeah. That's a lot. That's a lot
It
of time.
happens.
Yeah.
You're used to it. You can't. New Zealand isn't close to anyone.
Anything, yeah.
So like if
An 8-hour flight's pretty normal.
that's like 9, 10 to Asia, and like 11 on a good day to LA. Like the only other place in between is Fiji, Australia, and that's where everyone goes. And obviously I've been there, so
Yeah.
and yeah, like it's not that bad when you get used to it. And I just sleep. I just fall asleep or watch movies. Fall asleep and watch movies. Either way,
Yeah.
you get used to it.
I still have never been to Oceania.
Go to Australia. It's not far. You get a flight straight from here to Australia,
Yeah.
direct.
I'd have to have a good reason to go, I feel like, though. Business-wise.
If you go from there to Asia,
We did, I already packed it up for the drive. What's that brand called? One.
day one,
Day one, yeah. We did their stuff.
I can see that. That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's a good brand.
What's that guy's name? Wyatt.
Yep.
Wyatt Carmen. I really like working with that guy.
They were a very different kind of brand, launching with their like daily health products rather than a pre.
Sports nutrition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's very sports nutrition centric, but launches with a multi.
Yeah, I didn't get it either.
I was like, kudos to you, man,
Yeah.
for not doing something everyone else has done.
And they had a different look previously, but their label printer, who they like had design it originally, sold the same design to a different brand in Asia. And so that
Yeah, man, it's a different market. Have at it.
but it got super popular.
In Asia,
Yeah. And he that's why he came to us. He's like, man, we had a good design and it got ripped off, and now I buy our vendor, and now I got to change it up.
I wonder what brand it is in Asia.
I can't remember the name.
It's not many that do that. Like,
It's a really unique like window design on that logo too.
Yeah.
On that label too. Yeah. So we made a custom die line for it. It was pretty cool. Pretty cool. And I've yet to. They don't sell that stuff here. I don't know why. I feel like it could do okay.
tariffs.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. We got to deal with that all the time with the plastics
And like shipping.
shipping. Yeah.
Like
It was like hundreds of dollars to get the stuff here.
it's more expensive in most places, unless commodities in like parts of the world. So like to sell something. No, I to this day, Applied is the only supplement company that has had some sort of notable success in the American market that's come from outside.
Yeah.
Applied and MyProtein, but neither of them are having the dominance that they experience in their local markets. they've had an impact, but I don't think they are having it easy.
No.
And it's not nowhere near dominating to the extent that they do in their local markets.
Yeah.
No one's been able to do that.
Yeah, I see that. They definitely are trying. They're putting money into it, and
Yeah.
For what it's worth, I like all the new AN stuff that we did for the American market.
Yeah.
I think it's all pretty good. The products, like, they taste good. They work.
Oh,
well.
yeah.
That's the pre I use.
It was a little more on par with the look with what I remember them as in the UK. Like the ABE line was a little bit.
Yeah, hardcore sort of thing.
It's like.
The problem with them is the original look. When you put it all on a shelf, you couldn't distinguish what the flavors were because
Yeah,
they
I
were
can
all
see
black.
that.
So you couldn't tell. And like
Yeah,
here's
but
very
it's-
flavor centric.
It's all black everything.
I know. That's the hard part when you're redesigning. That's the hard part. If it's not all black everything, then your name's wrong.
Yeah. And then
But if it's all black everything, you can't see what flavor it is. But the American consumer cares about the flavor.
change the lid color. I don't know.
Well, that's another thing. They bought a lot of the same color lid.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
But like I said, they're very not pharmaceutical, but very formal. Back in like their core line. Now it's a little more modern, but they were very like clean, cut, straight, very
Trusted.
previous my protein-ish look before they changed like twice ago. So like it's, but yeah, they're reliable. And they were a powerhouse in the UK and Europe. So it was my protein. So it's they do. It would be good to see them rise up the ranks here because I just haven't. I told them that and I was like, just FYI, no one's done well in America. That's come from outside. But all the power to you, man. Give it a go.
Yeah.
Just prepare to lose a lot.
From what I understand, it's a different distribution model. Like there, they sell completely through distribution, and here, the main distributors aren't always preferred in all the stores. Like the franchisees and the other places don't always like buying through distribution. They like to buy direct.
Yeah, it's through Europe. It's distribution.
Yeah.
Usually, but locally in the UK, I suspect they deal straight to like. Probably for specialty, they might have a distributor, but I doubt it. They built that thing from the ground up, so I suspect that they probably very tight with all of their partners.
Yeah, I
And
believe so. Yeah.
That's just sort of the European culture. Everyone's very tight, close, well, like great bunch of guys, and a lot of them I imagine have been there since the beginning. So it's a very cool group of people.
Yep. They got to come here and build those relationships.
Different game.
Yeah.
Like they haggle, they like drive. It's different sale, different tactic, which is why I think they hired a US team as well.
Yeah.
Let alone like being difficult to sell an international brand here, it's even harder to have. I would think it's even more difficult, as difficult as it would be as an American trying to sell their brand in Japan.
Yeah.
Like, just different way of doing things and knowing about it and the ups and downs and ins and outs. So I think they've done it right since the start. They hired people that know the market, that know how it works. They won't be learning on the go because you always only get one opportunity, or at least one best opportunity. Learning from your mistake and trying to come back to get into someone is not the easiest thing to do.
No.
So I think they've done it right since the start, getting it out there and relying on people that have experience.
Yeah.
And then learning from that rather than, giving it them their own go, I would say.
Yeah. It's a hard market to dominate, but it's a big one.
It's fun.
Yeah.
That's the best part.
It is a lot of fun. Yeah, I agree. All right, we'll wrap it up. Get on out of here. I'm sure you're getting hungry, tired.
No, I'm not tired now.
Well, we're sorry Joey couldn't be here, guys. He'll be here on the next one, but thanks for tuning in for the Suppworks podcast. We'll see you guys next time.